Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Valhalla Sports Talk is on the air today. Another watch party for the Duels at Daytona qualifying races for the Daytona 500 this Sunday. Just like last night, we had a big crowd in here last night for the race. So hoping to get the same today. Madison Roach already in the house. How you doing, Madison? John Johnson asks, is this live footage of the races? No, sir. This is a watch party. Watch party with race audio. Gaming with Eli in the house. How you doing, Gaming with Eli? All right, this race set to go off at 5 o'clock my time. It's 4:36. We're less than 30 minutes away from the green flag in duel number 1 of 2. Our first opportunity to see the new car racing in packs, and our first opportunity to see pit stops with the new car. So looking forward to it, y'all. As I mentioned, we're less than 30 minutes away from the drop of the green flag in duel number 1. But how you doing, everybody? It's your guy Valhalla from Valhalla Sports Talk, and I'm here to do another NASCAR night here on the channel. We're pretty hyped. 6 berserkers up in here. Last night's stream, a big one, surprisingly for qualifying, a big stream. We had over 6,000 views, picked up close to 70 subscribers, so we were pretty hyped about that. Let's see if the NASCAR Nation shows up in force tonight. Drivers going through driver introductions right now, I believe. The official time till they drop the green flag, 43 minutes, so I think I'm on a little early. It's a whole new race car for all the race teams, Madison. So there was a lot of building that had to occur for the teams to build these race cars to go racing every Sunday. And now the car is basically an out-of-the-box production with some adjustment to it. But basically they order the car from NASCAR, and the body itself is just a unibody, so it's no longer panels like it used to be. SG Sports Talk in the house says, hi, Valhalla. What's up, buddy? What's up, SG? Apparently, I am way too early. Everything says dual races start at 7:40 p.m. and they just said it's 45 minutes. Weird. But we've got 6 in the house right now. As we get some more people in here, I'll go over who's racing in each of the races. Again, 2 races tonight. SG says, I'm a big fan of NASCAR racing. Well, we sure did get some support on the channel last night. I'm not going to lie. We got some good numbers for last night's stream, so I was pretty happy about that. Wearing the Dodger hat tonight. Wearing the Dodger hat, but we're going to call this the Duels at Daytona hat, DD. Well, how's everybody doing on this Thursday evening or afternoon, depending on where you're at? Hopefully our Australian and international friends join us today for the watch party. Chris Davis checks in, says, I love Chevrolet. I want to ask that later when we get a crowd in here. I want to figure out what people's favorite driver is, and then also what they drive, to see if that matches. See if it still is true that win on Sunday, sell on Monday. SG's a fan of Bubba Wallace and that Michael Jordan, Denny Hamlin owned team. The 23 car just crossed the screen there. $11 in the house, way early, I believe. We will have a moment here because, like I mentioned, it's only about 4:30, 4:40 here where I'm at. So the COO will be coming home from work here shortly, and the dogs are going to lose their mind. So I apologize in advance. What's up, Tim Van Boris? What's up, buddy? Upstate New York in the house says go Fords. Again, this will be the first race of this new car where we'll actually see pit stops. And there's obviously new things as far as pit stops are concerned with the changing of how the tire is attached to the vehicle. And then, so these teams got a whole lot of learning to do. And not much time to learn it. Madison says Valhalla already knows my favorite driver. I don't remember, Madison. I don't remember. Who is your favorite driver? Balu checks in. What's up, Balu? 19 minutes. They had a graphic on the screen here just a minute ago that said it was 45 minutes yet. So I don't know, maybe there's some pre-race stuff. I don't have a clue. Madison likes car number 1. Chris Davis says, go Rick Hendricks. Chris probably likes the overlay today because we've got 2 Hendricks drivers up on the overlay. SG saw Denny Hamlin in the Domino's Pizza commercial. It was really funny. All right, well, let's listen and see what they got going on here in pre-race.
And all the credit, of course, goes to our hardworking folks here at NASCAR Fox. It's an incredible event every single year. The drivers love it.
All right, so they're still doing the pre-race program there. Yeah, probably right. Some pre-race events. So I learned a lot yesterday. So duel number 1, you got Larson and Byron on the front row. They're on our overlay today. And then you got Elliott and Ross Chastain in row 2. So this is a Hendrick heavy duel. Row 3, you got Suarez and Daniel Hemrick. This again is the lineup for duel number 1. And then they just skipped all the way down to the other rows there, so they didn't go all the way through. Row 7, Busch and Haley. Nah, it wasn't a rum and coke, Malu. It's just a Pepsi. Just a Pepsi, my man. I'll save the drinking for the 500, my man. We'll drink us a little bit on the 500. SG says my top 5 favorite NASCAR drivers are Wallace, Hendricks, Busch, Elliott, and Bell. Who's Hendricks? Are you saying all the Hendricks drivers? You pretty much got the field covered. You pretty much got the field covered there, SG. But as you're checking into the chat, ladies and gentlemen, as you're checking into the chat, don't hesitate to say hello and tell us where you're from in the country so we can shout out your hometown or your home region. Rick Hendricks, okay. So I'm a little worried on the overlay here, right here where I have to keep track of the top 3. That's kind of difficult to do at Daytona sometime. Madison says you don't like the number 22 Sports Talk? I don't mind Joey Logano. I don't mind him. He's not my favorite driver, obviously, but I don't mind him. SG's from India. Shout out to India. All right, let's listen in and see what they got going on here.
He's having a lot of fun, and you can catch the entire story this Sunday on race day. Good times. I can't wait to see that. Yeah. Behind the scenes. Let's hear from the boss man / driver. Regan Smith is with Brad Keselowski.
All right, interview with Keselowski.
It was, or 2 weeks ago, it was for fun when we were at the LA Coliseum. Brad, tonight marks the start of the actual regular season, though. Now there's points on the line, starting position for the 500. How aggressive do you get with this race car tonight?
Well, we got this deal with my teammate coming down here. And it was really simple.
All right, interviewing Brad Keselowski right now.
Whoever runs the first race.
Dunn's Vlogs is from Arizona. Me too, my man. Shout out to
The
Arizona.
first race.
Who do I want to win Duels 1 and Duel 2? Duel 2, I want Harvick to win it. Duel 1, ABH, anybody but the Hendricks drivers.
All getting together this year. What's that been like? Getting to know each other, working on that.
I don't want them 400 cars to get linked up to start the 500. I don't want all 4 of them nose to tail in both rows.
For the last 5 years or some stat like that, and when he became available, that was like top-notch free agency guy, and I feel really fortunate to have him as my crew chief. And
Tim Van Voorhis says Mark Martin was my all-time favorite. It's been really tough to watch since he left, but I've always gone with the 2 and the 22.
He starts ninth and said he is going to be aggressive.
I do like Keselowski. I think if I wasn't a Harvick fan, I'd probably be a Keselowski fan.
What brought you back? What did you miss so much about the Cup Series?
well, I mean,
All right, they're interviewing Biffle right now. Biffle has to race his way into this tonight, or he could be sitting at home on Sunday.
John calling for a while about putting this program together, a couple of years. So didn't expect it to be now, but he put together a good car, good program. Small team, just getting started. So I thought, what the hell, I'll come give it a try.
Well, you're in the hot seat tonight. You must race your way in. So what's your game plan for duel number 2?
What's the game plan on a driver? Get to the front, right? So we'll see. I'm gonna try and get up a few rows, get up in there, see how my car drives. Haven't been in the draft yet.
Apparently, Biffle has a win at Daytona in one of the duel races.
Get up in there, race a little bit, find a spot to hang out, and see how it goes.
All right, well, best
SG says Kyle Busch is also known as the Candyman, driving that 18 M&M's car. I'm a big fan of peanut M&M's. Well, there you go.
It's just like a flash from the past. We heard Brad say that he was going to be aggressive. We also heard Joey Logano say he was. You want to say something?
Listen, I think it's so funny. All we've heard for 2 weeks is we can't write these cars. And Brad comes on, he's like, I'm going to be aggressive. I'm like, what happened to being cautious?
You want to know what happened?
Let me tell you something.
How many people in the chat have actually been to a race at Daytona? I never have.
They want to go for it. How many times have we seen guys right at the end of a stage?
I've never been to a super speedway
Get
race.
to the finish to win, but when you put a helmet on, you want to win.
I'd love to do it one day.
You're down now at the driver intros, and all those juices start flowing. Nobody cares about these cars. They want to win tonight.
Are you being aggressive, Bobby? You buying this?
Well, I had written down my notes, play it safe. And now I'm all messed up.
I would love to go to Daytona one day and watch the 500.
I'll tell you that.
I didn't have my helmet was that tight. Your guys' helmet was that tight because it was crazy. But no, I think if you tear your car up tonight, you might feel like, oh man, I shouldn't have been that aggressive. So different agendas. Some guys.
What do you think, Chad? You think that if you were a driver, you would be aggressive tonight, or knowing that the parts for these new cars are very limited?
That makes you a little nervous when you're in the
Many teams do not have a backup car in Daytona.
We're all racing to set the stage for the Daytona 500. Coverage for that race begins at 11 a.m. on FS1 and then over on Fox immediately.
So the Daytona 500 is 2:30 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. I'll be going online probably about an hour prior to that.
Pre-race, and of course, for the race. 3% chance of rain, so we are.
SG's never been to Daytona. Would love to see a live race.
There he is, Chase Elliott. We are going to see how he does.
You talking about you get to go this year gaming with Eli?
Motorsports teammate power.
Vegas is the most likely one for me to go to next. T. Van says I've never been either. Been to Bristol and Indy. Nice.
It's all the right now.
I'd love to go to Bristol too. Tim Van Voorhis has been to the duels with his grandfather when I lived in Florida for college. Drove in the infield, did a donut while Tony Stewart was winning the 06, winning back in 06 or 07. Way cool, man. Way cool. All right, so we are about 10 minutes away from race coverage here. Let's take a look at the lineup for the duels. Okay, duel number 1. So this first race this early evening is Kyle Larson leading from the pole, William Byron, Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain, Daniel Suarez, Daniel Hemrick, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Brad Keselowski, Briscoe, Austin Cindric, Eric Jones, Kurt Busch, Justin Haley, Cole Custer, Todd Gillian, Noah Gregson, London Cassill, Kaz Gralla, BJ McLeod, and JJ Ely. So 21 cars in the first duel. I'm going to pick my who I'm rooting for. I want Keselowski to win this bad boy. I'd like to see Keselowski or Cole Custer win it. Dubbs Vlog says Hendricks Motorsports will continue to dominate. Well, let's see. They can be fast in qualifying and not race quite as well. That is true. You remember last night, chat, when we were talking about the skew in the cars? How some teams would skew the car to try to make it go faster, move the spoiler? Well, NASCAR outlawed it before the race, before qualifying last night, and I didn't know that. So it has been outlawed, so you won't see any of these cars doing that duck walk down the straightaway. What's up, Greg and John? What's up, Greg and John? Tim Van Forest says, yes, Cole Custer is my 6-year-old Colton's favorite car. There you go. Gaming with Eli, rooting for Chase Elliott today.
International Speedway, of course, a 2.5-mile racetrack. These drivers will go 60 laps in their 2 duels. Take a look at that. We got to thank our friends.
So 60 laps, the fuel run for these cars now is 40 laps. So there will be pit stops in each one of the duels. But when will the drivers decide to do them? Will they be hoping for a caution flag?
Michael, let's check in with you.
I was talking to Noah, and there's
All right, so the 2 racers in the background there.
But it feels like the Daytona 500 already.
Yeah, that's
2 racers in the background there are the 2 starting on the pole for this race. Kyle Larson
Sundays, anything like tonight.
on my left here,
I'm sure it's gonna
and William
be a
Byron.
lot bigger with
So both Hendrick
being
drivers.
sold out. A ton of fans in the infield. It's just really special to be out here with Beer Motorsports and the Beer family, being able to compete in my first Cup race along with.
That's when they bring the car in for service to put tires on it, to add gas.
Beer Oil and South Point, Brennan gone. I know you're not here, buddy. We miss you, but hey, we're locked in. We're ready to go. The energy's up, the vibes are up, and we're ready to go race our way into the video.
All right, vibes up. You ready to rumble? You know who else is ready to rumble?
All right, I got Michael Waltrip doing his pit walk here, talking to the drivers.
Boxers in the history of the world. How did it? Middleweight, lightweight, one of the best boxers. Doesn't matter what weight he is.
Yeah, that was really cool. We just had Floyd.
Here's Kaz Gralla, the Boston, Massachusetts driver, racing for Mayfield.
And he loves owning a team already. We haven't even taken a green flag yet. So he believes in us. He thinks we can make this race, and we do too. So we got to beat the 55 car. It's going to be exciting.
Those glasses are cool.
Thank you. Nice shades. Yeah, these are for partying, not blocking sun out.
These are for partying, he says.
Let's see what's happening over here at Fox Nation. Check out this car, Landon Castle.
How's the audio, y'all? How is the audio?
Feeling? You ready to rumble?
I'm ready to go, Mikey. Thanks for asking.
The Fox Nation car looks cool. How's it
Landon Castle.
drafted up front?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I mean, we got a lot of Chevys in this race, so hopefully that makes for a good team effort.
All right. Have fun. Let's get one more interview. BJ McLeod, because you got the...
Duns Vlog says, I think Chad Knaus is the new vice president of competition at Hendrick Motorsports. The rest of the competition is in trouble. He thinks Hendrick will dominate this year. They did the last time they did a whole new change on the car like this.
Around the sport, coming off LA last week, just excited to see what happens tonight. I love it. Could you turn around and let's get a look at that? I mean, that, Shannon, what do you... That's
Good hair. Jamie McMurray is jealous right now.
I got that in the back, I got the front.
That's a wobble.
Thank you, BJ. That's awesome. I just, Larry Mack would say, the nighttime is the right time. That's right, and that looks awesome down there. It's the right time.
The audio sounds good, right on?
Our race picks, maybe that might go to victory lane right there. We're going to make our race picks.
All right, they're saying 26 minutes and 4 seconds to race time. And we go to another commercial break. All right, I'm going to take a quick little break here since we got a little while. I'll be right back, y'all. That's correct, Doug's Vlogs. They did run away with it. Both Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, and Mark Martin at the time. They did run away with it for a little while there. But these teams will catch up. One thing about NASCAR is they're going to keep it competitive. They are going to make sure it's competitive across all three manufacturers. All right, y'all, I'm going to really quickly adjust this screen right here because I didn't like how it was set up last night. So let's go ahead and adjust it real quick. Those of you that are aspiring YouTubers, you can pay attention here. Pay attention as I adjust this here. We're going to keep enough of this information that we need and get rid of some of it that we don't. We know where we're at. We know we're at Daytona. We can take it right to there. Take it right to there as well. And then we're going to make it bigger. I noticed in rewatch last night that this was difficult to see for the people watching on their cell phones. We're going to make this so they can see it real good. And we will have the ability to scroll through it. All right. Okay, somehow I've lost my, there we go. Now let's see if that comes over with us to the other screen. He's a hell of a race car driver. All right, so now let's get it on the right thing. We've got basically a red condition on the track. And let's get our top three correct here. All right, y'all, so we're cooking with gas. Let's get back to it.
Over $6 million in cash prizes to date, and there will be a free chance to win points cash throughout the NASCAR season. It is that time, ladies and gentlemen, time for our race course. Jamie, you are up first.
Well, because he said not to pick him, I'm not going to take Kyle Larson, but I am going to take his teammate, Chase Elliott. Has won a duel down here 2017, 2018. And most importantly,
Chase Elliott, huh?
I think he has a fast car. Yeah, two teammates in this race as well.
It's a good pick. What about yourself?
I'm going to go with the underdog, Tony, from Ross Chastain.
All right, I'm going to top off my soda, and then we'll be ready to go.
Think about that, but I believe Ross Chastain got a teammate as well. Yeah. I think this could be his night.
Clean up victory lane. We'll have watermelon everywhere. My pick is Ryan Blaney. A little foreshadowing. It's also my pick to win the Daytona 500. I was trying to find some stats, and Jamie just said, hey, they're really fast.
I think my pick for the 500.
They're really fast. It's that time for the duel. We're going to head down to Daytona. Hand it over to Mike Joy. Mike, it's all yours. Have a great time out there.
Thanks, Shannon. I'm sure we will. And welcome to the Bluegreen Vacations Duel on FS1. Daytona is the only race of the year where the start starting lineup is set.
All right, so we're back.
50-mile races. Last night, the front row was determined. Hendrick Motorsports Camaro sweeping the front row. Kyle Larson winning his first Daytona 500 pole. And Alex Bowman.
So Larson and Bowman on the pole for the Daytona 500. They'll make up the front row.
But tonight,
these two dual races will determine the order, the running order at the start of the race for positions 3 through 40. Someone corrected me last night. 3 through 40.
Today, nice crowd on hand, drivers at the ready for tonight's opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise and remove.
All right, I'm going to go off camera for the national anthem. Please be respectful.
Here to offer tonight's invocation, please welcome Chaplain Mackinson Mac Vendome.
Let us pray. Lord, as we gather here today, Lord, we will be amiss if we do not pray for our troops all over the world who fight tirelessly to keep us safe. Keep them safe in the palm of your hands. Lord, we pray for the drivers here tonight who are going to give this race everything that they can. As we cheer them on, let us to remember to cheer on one another as we go through this race of life, that we all must run, whether by choice, chance, or circumstance. Help us to know that we are running with you by our side. Lord, give us strength, give us hope, give us endurance for this race that we must run. And Lord, we know that you have been the God of our weary years, the God of our silent tears. Oh, how you have brought us this far along the race. And Lord, we know it's not a matter of losing but learning. It's not about how fast we go, but about finishing. And with you, we will finish, and we will finish well. Let us run this race. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome Allen D. Beast High School.
All right, that concludes the national anthem.
42 qualifiers are now split.
30 in the house, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready for duel number 1.
150-mile qualifying races next.
All right, head to the last commercial break, I believe, and we'll get it going. 30 in the chat as we get racing today. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and turn on bell notifications so you know when Valhalla Sports Talk goes online. But just minutes away from the start of Duel 1. 60 laps again, 60-lap race. The cars can go about 40 without needing more gas. So we will see pit stops today. We definitely will see some pit stops this evening. And it's really the first time that there'll be this many cars in a draft since with the new car. So a lot of new going on in this tonight. We'll see what kind of racing it produces, what kind of racing the new car produces here in NASCAR. This will go a long way to deciding if I'm going to do a lot of NASCAR races this year, because I thought that the races weren't very competitive most days. But we'll see. But we'll do tonight's duels, and then we'll do the Daytona 500 on Sunday. Ears open for Major League Baseball to get their stuff together. And then we'll obviously do our Dodger streams like we always have done here on the channel. But today the D stands for Duels at Daytona, baby. Duels at Daytona. NASCAR racing on Valhalla Sports Talk. Not a lot of NASCAR channels on YouTube. So if you are a NASCAR fan, make sure to hit that subscribe. I'm not really sure on the schedule. Where do they go next week? Let's look it up. Let's look up the schedule. So right after Daytona, this is why a lot of the teams don't have an additional vehicle at Daytona right now. Because right after Daytona, they have to go all the way across the United States to California for a race on February 27th, which is not this Sunday, but next Sunday at Auto Club Speedway. And then from there, they go to Vegas and then Phoenix. So we'll see. I'll probably do at least the first three and then see how we go from there. So let's listen in and see what they're doing.
The front row is established, and there are drivers who have to race their way in.
45 in the house.
A better starting spot than where they thought they might have been when they left here last night.
Daytona in darkness with a full moon. Looks like a nice day.
For this duel at Daytona. All right, driver, it's 500 miles on Sunday. That's where you go to the payoff window. How much are you willing to risk for a good spot tonight?
Well, enough, right? This is the first time that they're going to feel enough cars in a trap that you get a sensation of that air.
Mike Joy, Larry McReynolds, and Clint Boyer on the call for Fox Sports 1.
3 wide scenarios and do those things because that's the practice session you're going to need for the Daytona 500. But shake a little rust off as well. Need to listen to that spotter, get in sync with him because you're going to need him as well.
Well, not just the driver. How about this race car, Larry Mack? It's a brand new car from stem to stern, and it's never been raced at these speeds. What don't
Good and dark at Daytona. The sun's still out where I'm at in Arizona.
Race car. But the biggest thing, a lot of unknowns on pit road about pit stops. We no longer have 5 lug nuts. There's one, and even though these pit crews, they've been practicing all.
1 lug nut on the cars now, not 5.
Environment. There's a lot of anticipation about this first trip to. Wait a minute, Larry. You mean to tell me, out of all the things you have to worry about in a new car, we worried about 5 lug nuts. Now you're worried about just 1? This man knows if I had 0 or 10, I'm a worry ward. What can I say?
Well, I'll leave it to you folks to figure out which one of these two.
I did see that they reuse the 1 lug nut from pit stop to pit stop, so it's not like they use a new one every time. What's up, the dude? Abides, what's up, man? Ready for the duels, man. Duel 1 coming up in just minutes.
So many questions. Hopefully, we'll be able to find you the answers.
I'm really worried about whether I'm going to be able to keep the top 3 updated, y'all, because it obviously changes a lot at Daytona.
Fans here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome Bluegreen Vacations Executive Vice President and Chief Sales and Marketing Officer.
All right, our first start your engines.
Drivers, start your engines.
Come on, man. Get into it. Get into it, man. If you're going to be able to be the guy that starts the engines, get into it. That was weak sauce, y'all. Weak sauce.
These engines, that's the one thing on the new generation car that has not changed.
All right, commercial break. 5:24.9 is how they line up. We'll see if we can keep that updated. I might bring something over so that's done automatic for me during the 500. Harmat says, I'm in Arizona. Yeah, this is the first heat. There's going to be 2 dual races. They'll determine positions 3 through 40 for the Daytona 500 on Sunday. That's all this is about, is figuring out who's starting where on Sunday. We already know the front row is set. '84 in the chat though. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk, y'all. Welcome. I appreciate the support. Richard Hole checks in. Says that dude needed to grow a pair up in here, up in here. Exactly. Man, you get picked to be the dude that tells them to start their engines. I expect some screaming. The dude says just had a hit curry and a cold beer, all set for some racing. What's a hit curry? What is that? Bufo on the Beast says, let's go number 55. Rooting for JJ Yealy in that 55. Jimmy Hensley, welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor, my Labrador Retriever, will be proud. Y'all are going to probably get to hear General Thor here in a minute when his mother gets home. When the CO. The dude says, how's the pretzel jar? Listen, dude, it was looking pretty sad last night, my man. It was looking pretty sad. So I went and I bought some popcorn from Costco as well. Popcorn. So it's cheese popcorn, caramel popcorn, and then we still got some pretzels in there as well. And we mixed it all together. We mixed it all together for our snacks tonight. No alcohol tonight, though. We won't be doing that probably until Sunday. Hello, COO.
Hi, honey.
We are live on Valhalla Sports Talk.
Awesome.
She's excited, y'all. She was excited. I could tell. Let's get back to it. Oh, hot curry. Okay, gotcha. Bufo on the Beast says I'm supporting the Hex car. Well, heck yeah, he's got a chance. Heck yeah, he's got a chance. I'm rooting for him.
For the starting lineup for Sunday, let's go all the way back to row number 7 and visit with a past 500 winner.
What is it? 35 degrees in the corners at Daytona. Hit that subscribe button, Bufo. 107 in the chat. Looks like Kurt Busch's little audio isn't working there.
Push the button and talk. What is your plan for this first duel, Cowboy?
You were in and out, Warrior. I didn't quite hear you. We got to work it out for us for the long Toyota, but man, had a lot of fun. It was 2311.
Murphy Steve checks in, rooting for Cole Custer today. So in the chat, everybody, in the chat, this was something I was thinking about today. I'm curious. Who's your favorite driver, right? What manufacturer does he drive for? And then what do you own personally? So me, as an example, I'm a Kevin Harvick fan, okay? But I was first a Dale Earnhardt Sr. fan, then Kevin Harvick. So I have a Chevrolet Silverado that the COO drives on a daily basis, and then I drive a Toyota Camry Hybrid. What do you guys drive, and who's your favorite driver? It doesn't match up.
Yeah, back in row 3, 99, Daniel Suarez, top 10 in 3 of his 5 dual starts. In the 16, and Daniel Hemrick, the 2021 Xfinity Series champion. Row 4, Ryan Blaney.
No, they did qualifying for the front row, Bufo, last night for positions 1 and 2. Those positions are locked in. Now, these races, what they'll do is they'll determine positions 3 through 40 based on how they finish today.
Outside of him, number 14.
Sorry for all the noise.
It's okay.
2021 Rookie of the Year. 06.
So that's how qualifying works for the 500. Only the 500 has this qualifying set up.
Kurt Busch is back in row 7, the only Toyota in this race, along with Justin Haley. One here in
A lot of green in row 7. Busch in the Monster Energy car and Haley.
Rookie of the Year with rookie contender Todd Gilliland. Ford's complete row number 8.
Thor over there tearing up some water, y'all. Just tearing up the water bowl.
He's going to race. He's locked into the 500 Keystone Speed and the 77 Landon Castle in his first dual race.
Boogity boogity says showtime.
You got it, honestly, these 2 rows, this is where I'm going to be watching this duel. Casper Allen, the number 50, he's got...
So check out on your screen, y'all. Check out this deal I made. This is kind of different. You're not going to get this just anywhere on YouTube. But look how I can cycle through the traffic light.
That's where the race is in this duel.
Isn't that cool? I made that, y'all. I made it.
A lot of quick adjustments on the number 50, sending him to the back of the grid. 6 drivers came in here as the opener, non-franchise.
Richard says the question is, why are your testicles in the COO's purse? Hey, it's been a long time, bro. It's been a long time. She carries them around.
Let's check.
Harmat says 55 Hexcar Ford, but I drive a Toyota.
What are you talking about first?
This guy, Richard Hole, you know what that means. His name's Richard Hole. He says, the question is, why are your testicles in the COO's purse? So I'm gonna have to be telling you what's what on the stream now, so that people don't think that I'm not running the show here.
Maybe from one end of the spectrum, guys trying to make the Daytona 500, to the other end of the spectrum, guys that we would consider the favorites.
And we're back.
Ryan Blaney, the last time we were at Daytona.
The dude says Kevin Harvick here too, but I drive a 1995 Vector. It was a supercar, but not so much now, and a Tesla Plaid.
I spoke to crew chief Jonathan Hassler, asked him what is the plan for tonight. So many guys maybe want to protect, want to make sure that they save their cars for Sunday. He said that is not the case for them. He wants Ryan to be aggressive.
127 in the chat, y'all.
They want to know every little detail that they can fix to make it better for Sunday, so that they can have that shot to finally get one more spot and get Ryan Blaney that win.
Thanks, Regan. As the drivers come down pit road to check their pit road speed against the RPM.
All right, so they're bringing all the cars down pit road.
Tonight's Ford Performance Track Facts. Ford has won a dual race 4 years in a row.
The dude says, happy wife, happy life, I say. Exactly.
He's won in 2019 with Alan Harvick swept the duels. Ross Chastain has our Edwin Hoff on board camera.
All right, so again, this first duel is just absolutely filled with Hendrick Motorsports cars. The top 3 cars, Larson, Byron, Elliott.
There's the Mahindra Tractors cam, riding with Chase Briscoe.
And I'm going to try to keep this top 3 thing on my right here updated, but again, Daytona, it changes often, so we'll do the best we can, y'all.
Landon Castle with the Fox Nation on board cam.
Richard says need a Suburban to haul those, I guess. The rest fits in the Toyota. I like you, Richard. I'm not going to lie. I remember when you first showed up in the chat, I thought this guy's going to be a problem, I think. But you haven't been a Richard Hole at all. You've just been Richard.
I was trying to steal Mike's line of the deuce. I had my head wrapped around stealing.
All right, they're lined up to go racing.
Using the deuce and
That's okay. As we get set here in Daytona, the all-new Toyota Camry TRD leads the field.
really looking forward to this race, guys.
There's a Camry TRD as the pace car, y'all.
Race car. a lot of those drivers.
Alex Anders says go 55 Hicks.
In their cars, moving around a little bit, and now it's just single file lines. These boys are going to be too.
Donovan Kobe Swery says you look like an older Preston Lacey. Not necessarily a bad thing. Mike 06320, welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor will be proud.
But there is no choose rule in effect at NASCAR's two big super speedways, Daytona and Talladega. Beautiful day here.
72 degrees, southeast wind at 10 miles an hour. Forecast is clear. Track tip 77 degrees.
Pace car hits pit road.
Pace car down pit road.
Two races set the field for Sunday's Daytona.
And here we go. Green flag on Duel 1 at Daytona. Quickly, Larson establishes the lead. 2 wide behind him. All right, let's go to the results screen here.
Orderly Pat Cascarola's in trouble right away. He has lost touch with that group there. One thing he saw.
You heard it. The 50 cars drop back to the back of the field. It remains Larson. 24 and then 1.
Down in front of his teammate, all 3 Hendrick Motorsports cars. Probably going to stay there, Larry, until something happens he doesn't like, and then I'd say you'll see that guy get out of Dodge.
Yeah, 12 Chevrolet drivers in this field, 6 of them at the front. I look for all of them to really work together, which would include those 3 Chevrolet drivers.
All right, we've got a bunch of maybe 20 cars and then another space and then maybe 10 cars behind that.
Previously led.
Well, it can't be that many because there's only 21 in the race. It's Larson, Byron, Chastain, 1 through 3. Elliott has just moved into 4th.
Yes, he is locked in on speed. That is their
Now Elliott up in 3rd.
backup, so he is staying out of harm's way. There's Grella on the left of your screen. If there was an award for graphic schemes this week, it would already have been decided in favor of number 50. Up front,
Again, they'll be swapping back and forth quite a bit, y'all.
See that red number 14?
Salvador Caruso checks in, rooting for that 55 as well.
A little faster last night, Clint, but he could not get it in 5th gear going down the back straightaway and had to keep working the throttle on his get up.
124 in the chat.
These things were 4-speed forever. Then we forgot about the old.
Reddick and Elliott swapping spots in 4th and 5th.
now our scoring pylon, noted in red, are the 2 drivers trying to race their way in. One of them will be in the Daytona 500, and the other will head home after tonight, as many have before. Little bump draft there.
All right, the 8 giving a little push to the 1.
Saw that in both lanes, actually. You saw Chase Elliott right on the back bumper.
For the most part, they're 2 wide.
Thing with Reddick and Chastain on the outside.
Here comes Chastain to take over the top spot. Can he hold it?
He wants to pull up, stick out for that car in front of him. That momentum. And really, when it comes out to push the shot.
All right, I've got an idea here, y'all.
Ryan Blaney in that 12 being aggressive. Those 2 drivers in the outside, Ross Chastain in the 1, Tom Reddick in 8. You never have to worry about are they being aggressive. They will be on it every single lap.
I think everybody's minding their P's and Q's right now.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for me to update it as we go on. It's 5-1-24 now.
Manufacturing teammates, that's what we're going to see. Pretty sure.
It's a 13-car breakaway at the front of the pack, and then a single file group of 3, a group of 4.
Randy Watson, welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor will be proud.
And the thing about all those packs, they're running just as quick as that lead pack now that they've got organized.
Gralla in that 50 car has moved up to 14th. Yealy down to 18th in the 55.
Is to bring things more into parity, and judging from qualifying last night, so far, mission accomplished.
And I know it's a completely different style of racing, Larry, but I was pleasantly surprised at what I saw out there in LA.
Max, the hockey historian, checks in, says listening in on the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR. There you go, buddy.
The speed and everything they had going on a short track. So hats off so far with this car.
We saw that in qualifying last night. I've never seen qualifying at Daytona so tight.
I've never seen that tight anywhere.
5 of 60 laps complete.
All right, they're kind of spreading out a little bit. You've got Gralla way back in the back there in a 3-car pack. Yealy back there in 19th in another 2-car group.
If I'm JJ Yealy, I'm a little bit concerned because I only have one car behind me. The only thing you don't want to do right here this early is lose that draft and be completely down and out. If these guys start pitting or something else, that can really throw you out of the race.
Mr. Narco Mescu, welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor will be proud. All right, Suarez out of Monterrey, Mexico in that 99 Chevy. He's currently
ahead of that double file group. Daniel Suarez fourth in line.
in 4th. So it's 5:24.9 in the front.
Number 3, and it gave them a little separation on that double wide pack. Let's have a look here.
One thing about the new car to me is it looks like it bounces around a lot.
I think his helmet, you saw his helmet move, so that's a pretty good shot. Now these cars, both front and rear, have foam behind the bumpers, and all the drivers have been telling me, guys, that it's soft. You can't feel that as much as you used to with the old cars because it was pretty much solid frame to frame. Now they have a little.
All right, we're in car with Suarez right now, who's in 4th.
Part of the effect of that little bump draft was to separate the first 4 or 5 cars. The next 9 quickly got in single file line.
Yeah, and to your point, up until that outside line, they were maintaining. But after that group got that a little bit of a run, they had no choice but to fall back in and form single file.
Clint, one big question with this new car is, will there be a side draft?
134 in the chat. They're pretty much single file right now.
Get that side.
5:24.9.
This is honestly the first time that I feel like anybody.
First, I would say 12 positions, single file.
I know you're getting single file, but that's always, we've seen that. That's standard practice for here. I wouldn't be surprised if Larson doesn't bring this group to the outside, which we've all seen before, right around there in log laps. It's 60 laps in this race.
Yeah, they do look good, the dude. They do. I think they're really racy looking cars, man.
There's so many different variables that I'm interested in. Can you push? Can you just sit there right on their bumper without overheating? Those are all things that, with the old car that you had to keep in mind. Yes.
So Hendrick just dominating the 3 Hendrick Chevys, 1, 2, 3.
8 laps complete. The defending series champ, Kyle Larson, has led them all.
All right, we're headed to commercial, ladies and gentlemen. Headed to commercial with Larson leading the lap. It's lap number 8 with 52 to go. $165 up in here. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk's coverage of the duels at Daytona, the qualifying races for the 500. These races tonight will determine positions 3 through 40 for the 500. But how's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody doing out there in YouTube land? Many of you weren't in here for the early part of the stream, but we had a great night here on Valhalla Sports Talk, one of our biggest streams in months for the qualifying races last night, the qualifying runs last night. We're sitting on the subscriber side at 7595. 7595 is the subscriber count. So if you're new in here, you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like. I've pretty much committed. I'm probably going to do at least the first 3 races of this NASCAR year, and then we'll work on it from there, see what's going on. But I enjoy doing them. I'm trying to get this set up to where I like it. But I do like the numbers we're doing, so that's good. And I hope you're enjoying the coverage. I hope you enjoy the effort we put into it. Our first commercial break, they're now at lap 10 of 50. The running order continues to be 5:24.9 as we're in the commercial. 4 Chevys leading the field before you see 3 Fords and a Toyota. Kurt Busch, the highest running Toyota, in 8th. A lot of JJ Yealy fans in the chat, and he's mired down there in 19th. He's mired in 19th. Noah Gregson bringing up the rear there in that 62. the rookie Noah Gragson. The dude says, I got Valhalla on my phone, keeping me up to date with the duels while I am watching 2021 Daytona 500 on TV. Life is good. Loving the coverage. Appreciate it, man. Let's get back to it.
On the road to greatness. Good year. More driven.
All right, it still appears to be a single file line for about the first 12 positions.
And then off toward turn 1.
Mike and Clint watching Kyle Larson in that 5-car lead this race. He has 16 cup wins now, all in 16 different tracks. But he's 29.
Jamil of Scotland says, go JJ. Hex Hodel checks in.
Now, Kaz Gralla, when we went to break, had 5 positions.
A lot of people hyping up that Hex car in the chat.
Back. It is number 50. And Yaley's 55 are just 1 car apart.
Lap 13 of 60 in duel number 1 at Daytona. We're on board with Blaney in that number 12 Ford Performance
He does it. He's going to be singled out
vehicle.
right back there to J.J. Yaley, which is the guy that he has to outrun.
All right,
Blaney just kind of following Suarez.
and car number 6. New ride for Brad Keselowski.
Harry Kakison, welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor will be proud.
Just listening to Brad Keselowski, who's gained 3 positions so far, he said, I really want to try some things here, but if we try it and it doesn't work, we'll lose 5 or 6 spots. So
369 says, gently tickle the like button, players. Gently tickle that bad boy.
they're hard right now.
Yeah, the likes are big, y'all. That's what gets more people in the chat. Because that moves us up in the searches.
You look in the rearview mirror, and there's the car he drove last year.
Yeah, that Bowman, he lives on the front row there, the dude. I think they said 5 years in a row.
Watching with him and you know his 2 old teammates right there.
All right, your top 3 continues, 524. What do I have 97 up there for?
These cars are capable of pouncing. I think
What?
that's exactly what's going to happen.
12 Chevrolet
I must have typed something.
Fords and Kurt Busch's Toyota.
524.9.
Now, one thing we've been noticing, the exhaust glowing on these race cars, and the biggest reason that's doing that, you see how short they are. They don't.
So they're talking about the exhaust on the new car, right?
You're seeing that glow.
I'm amazed at how close it is to being right underneath the driver.
It wouldn't do it.
I watched Dale Earnhart Jr.'s podcast today on YouTube about the new car, and one of the big driver complaints was how hot these cars get.
That distinct sound. I love the rumble, the roar of these cars, and it's because of that pipes coming out both sides of it.
Regan?
Go 55 from Oz. What's up, Richard? Richard Sutter.
Tires are starting to wear. They're starting to get a better feel for this.
Drix is praying for the 55 team. 168 in the chat. We're on lap 16 of 60. All right, they're talking to Kyle Larson, who, of course, is leading this race.
I think one thing Kyle Larson does not want to do is lead this entire race, because when you're the lead dog, what can you learn?
I don't care.
Wayne Crocker checks in. The dude says it's so tough to turn pole position into a win here.
Larry, help me.
Well,
Matthias is rooting for the 22.
every practice, he'd do exactly what Kyle Larson is doing right there.
I'm not sure what GN3 is asking. What images?
See what we got?
Oh, you want me to go to the other screen? Sorry.
All right, you win.
But I will say this: what that kid said, you heard him say it feels a little light. When as soon as Willie B got to his bumper, that thing got light on its rear feet. That means it got loose. That is something that you do not want to.
What's not on the news says let's go 55.
Talk about,
Yeah, it is a nice paint scheme, Uncle Larry. I like it too, man.
Larry, I don't want that thing loose. I want it stuck to the ground.
It's probably my favorite one this week. Jesse checks in, says let's go Bubba.
About not having many pages in a notebook, what adjustments do I need to make to don't hurt the car, but try to help it?
Now, Cascarella has gained a few positions back. He jumped up to 15th in that number 50, now 16th in the middle of that second pack. They're racing back there, and for that number 50 car,
5 cars in that backpack there.
way into the Daytona 500. He is now 16th J.J. Haley in the 55 and 19. And really,
Let's go, Elliott, says Karen Owens. Welcome to the show, Karen.
that just slows your whole.
Lap 17 of 43. Your top three continues to be Larson, Byron, Elliott.
But more importantly, needing a single file of them should be able to pull up to the
Gralla dropping back now, back to 16th.
Gralla's last lap time.
They're just swapping positions in those back five cars.
49.79. He's losing over a second a lap.
They're going left and right. Mr. Haley right there in the 41. Had a bad crash at the Busch Light Clash in the Coliseum.
Karen says, let's go, Elliott.
And Larson said on media day, he
171 in the chat.
did not mean to wreck him, but I wanted the inside lane into that next corner.
The other thing that I think was going on there is it really wasn't him, right? He got pushed into contact.
What's not on the news says the 55 is the only NASCAR sponsored by a community of thousands of people. So did they do a crowd fund for that car? I didn't know that. That's interesting. Well, come on, JJ. Get up there. He's currently in 20th.
And we'll go a lap down.
So we've got a car one lap down. You just heard it. Noah Gregson.
Charter cars of that Beard Motorsports number 62. So he will be in the Daytona 500 regardless of where he finishes this 150 miler.
And remember, he missed the 500 a year ago.
Hex Boys in the chat. Yes, they are.
I would look to
So one thing I'm noticing about the TV coverage this year is when they show the driver, they're actually giving a little shout out to their sponsor as well. So for a while there, it felt like NASCAR was taking over and getting these sponsorship deals for themselves instead of letting the drivers and the teams get them. But now it looks like they're kind of supporting that a little bit.
And you can see it right there in Ross Chastain. You're only about part throttle, maybe 40% at times. Just doing whatever you can do to stay in that buffer, stay in that draft, but save as much fuel as you can.
And compared to last night's qualifying, the difference of being in the draft is about 500 RPM higher in a group like this.
Someone's saying that Hex is a scam. I don't even know what Hex is. What is it? Is it a cryptocurrency?
As well.
Richard says the Hex community raised $640,000 in 4 days. Awesome effort. That's cool. I've seen those like crowdfunding efforts before to get guys in the 500.
But it's not Saturday night. And we're on super speedway, not a short track, so pay that no mind.
No, Biffle's in the next race.
Kyle Larson for Rick Hedrick and Chevrolet.
All right, so it continues to be 5:24.9 here on lap 21. Full moon over Daytona as we go to a commercial break. Hex, Pulse Chain, and Pulse X will change the crypto world. L. Carter says, whoever's telling you Hex is a scam is not your friend. Do proper research, says Richard Suter. But I'm not picking a side, y'all. I didn't even know what it was. I just said the car looked cool. But don't spam the chat, the great K-Long. I'll have to come out and get you because I don't have any moderators in here tonight. I'll have to come in and get you myself, my man. What's up, Dave Rhodes? What's not on the news says Hex is the most decentralized investment. Only certificate of deposit with no middleman, with yields of 38. All right, please stop putting this fast stream TV business in my chat, y'all. Because I'll just throw you out of here. I'll just throw it out of here. But we're in a commercial break here, lap 23 of 37. It's Stills, Larson, Byron, Elliott up front. Suarez in 4th, Blaney in 5th, Keselowski 6th, Chastain, Cedric, Reddick, Busch. Here's your top 10. All right, here we go. Back to it.
And the last 3 duels that were won from the pole were all done by Hendrick drivers. Chase Elliott, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon did it. Now, back at the transfer spot.
All right, we got a group trying to make something happen on the high line here.
That second pack, he is running by himself, lapping at about 51 seconds. JJ.
All right, Gralla in the 50, in trouble. 18th, all by himself out there.
JJ Yaley has help from BJ McLeod, and those two are faster than Gralla by himself. This is going to be a horse race.
Worst case scenario by far for Kaz Gralla. This is exactly what I was talking about. When those cars got
So Gralla in some trouble, y'all.
Do not want to lose the draft. One thing that he isn't the only one. I just watched Cole Custer do the same exact thing.
Chris says just join. Any cars out yet? Don't give an F about crypto. Here for racing. There you go, buddy.
Outside and up at least momentarily to 5th place alongside Ryan Blaney. Yeah, Ross Chastain in that one had jumped up there, and that's when Kurt Busch in the 45 decided to go up top as well. Now, Aaron Jones in the 43 was with them, and he went back down to the bottom.
But another thing, if I'm Kurt Busch, again, we talked about this at the top.
They're coming as fast as I can throw them out of here, y'all.
And my car in some scenarios that I need to know for the Daytona 500. One of those scenarios that Kurt Busch has is a new voice in his ear, a new spotter. He's not.
All right, lap 27
Austin Cindric
of 60.
New spotters this year, so important to have that.
What's up, Glenn?
Down pat, especially for the big dance on Sunday.
What's up, Glenn?
States here, as we said at the top of the show, you have to make at least one pit stop. Now, we're in the window. Should we get a call?
10 years since the fast stream?
Wait, I get a feeling they're going to probably run another 8 to 10 laps. Green flag pit stop. We talked about the pit crews. Kevin Harvick, this will be his 21st Daytona 500 on Sunday. He said this car is so different getting on the pit road with the brake package and all. So, could we see mistakes if we get into this green flag pit stop?
Man, you hope so. If you're Kaz Gralla right now, you hope a mistake.
Let's go, says what's not on the news.
He's a caution in a big way.
Gralla is by himself, 26 seconds off the lead, but 11 seconds ahead of the drafting duo of JJ Italy and BJ McLeod.
All right, the COO just sent me a message for some reason.
Chastain and Kurt Busch were working together on the outside, trying to gain some ground, but ended up 7th and 9th for long.
All right, so the front has not changed, y'all.
Chasing Kaz.
Larson, Byron, Elliott.
And they're gaining, but fractionally, about half a second left.
Single car racing for the most part in this first duel.
That's something to pay attention to. As I said, Kaz Gralla wasn't the only.
What's not the news is that the 55 qualifies, NASCAR just picked up 200,000 new fans.
He was spit out just a little bit too long on the outside.
You know, I'm not sure the breakdown on how. I think there's only 2 cars tonight that will be eliminated, and I think one of them is the Biffle car. And if I'm wrong, chat, correct me. But I think the other one is the Yaley car in the 55.
So far, 29 laps complete, halfway this time on.
You know, Mike, we've seen issues also.
What's up, Pat McCarthy?
Get in a position to get on pit road and bring. In fact, our first caution in duel.
Yep, 31 laps to go.
Chase Briscoe misjudging where he was trying to get down on the pit road under green.
Still pretty much single file for the first 8 or so cars.
Catch that duel.
We're halfway at the halfway point of duel number 1 at Daytona.
Well, that's the hope, right? That's the plan. You need to, as they're going by, you try to side draft off of them as much as possible, gain some momentum there, and man, as soon as they go by, get in that draft.
Jamie?
Tony Uri Jr. is on the pit box for Kaz Gralla in the 50. They're keeping him very calm. They're calm on the radio. They said, don't worry. Just hang in there. Keep doing what you're doing. He keeps telling them he is wide open. It's all he has. They said, wait till we pit. We'll get some help then.
So has this Hex car already made the race, folks? Do you guys know?
Calm down. That's probably
be easier said than done.
Yeah, that's going to be a challenge, just finding someone.
Pat McCarthy says it's all good in Palm Desert, California. Shout out to Palm Desert, California.
Pit road, what makes you think you're going to be with someone leaving that?
Drama, no date.
Here come the leaders. On Yaley and McLeod, that may give them a bit of a boost trying to catch Castrol.
It will. There's no question it will.
Where are the racers at, y'all? Where are the racers at in NASCAR? Why do we want to run single file?
Which will make that even that gap.
Why do we want to run single file?
So Larry, we go another 12 green flag laps. You're going to have to be on pit road.
Yes.
If the 55 finishes 18th or better,
31 right now.
isn't he in? Asks Harmat. I'm not sure, buddy.
To your point, I think that
I'm sure they'll tell us at the end here.
better fuel mileage right now, but Kyle Larson.
214 in the chat, though. All right, we finally got some two wide racing.
This is where they have to sync up together, Mike. Do we do 4 tires or do we just do 2? I think we may see a lot of them just go with right side only.
Jamil of Scotland says the Hex car has to beat that 50 car. Well, the 50 car is in big trouble. He's running by himself.
Liam Byron drops to 6th in the 24. And traffic ahead. Regan?
Well, Mike, as we see the action on the racetrack, let's not forget about the action that's on ahead.
Keith says they don't have enough cars to start racing hard. That's true.
The first time we see pictures of one button up, pit stops, something comes.
I just figure there must be some racers in here that want to go. You know what I mean?
Now there's the Duel.
Bama Moore says the 44 is going to win all the America race, shock the world.
Going to be able to tuck into that inside line.
Old Chase Briscoe.
Byron there just for the
No.
But if they can latch onto that.
Oh, the 44 is not in this one.
Now McLeod is locked into the race. He's one of the charter teams. He is in the position of being able to help Yaley. They are a couple of Fords. If they can
I'm showing 27 to go right now on our little graphic here. And obviously the TD's about a lap behind.
Pull off that draft.
Yeah, 50 is the Floyd Mayweather car.
There's Corolla in the number 50.
Wallace isn't in this race, Lewis.
And here come the leaders.
And honestly, when they go by him, I don't think he's going to be able to latch on to him. I mean, he just.
Glenn checks in and says, go Chase, number 9.
And then,
He's sitting in second.
Corolla's last lap 51:20.
You got to figure that Larson wants to drop back at some point and not be in the lead to get some information for the 500 on Sunday.
Still no action on pit road as we come to 34 laps.
Again, the typical fuel window for this new car is 40 laps at Daytona.
From Boston,
We've got 26 to go, so it's about to get busy on pit road.
I guarantee you there's a lot of.
They're passing that 50 car right now. The leaders are passing and running past the 50 car. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shit, 12 cars just zoomed right past him.
now he's going to have to try and tuck in right behind this group and gain a bit.
Yeah, 50 is the money team.
Austin Sitterton.
The 18's not in this one either, Lewis. The listing of the cars is right there, buddy. Let me bring it down.
Austin Cedric's definitely not coming to pit road this time.
And Gralla.
So that's positions 1 through 21.
Here come the Chevrolets to pit road.
All right, the Chevy team's coming down pit road. First time for this new car.
Car later braking down to pit road speed. Jamie.
And a nice countdown from William Byron as he makes his way down with all of his teammates. What a night they had last night. The power. It was a big night for him.
Chase pushing that 5 car down pit road.
Over the wall. They've been practicing this for over a year.
What's not on the news says Yaley wants to win. He has a sponsor bonus of $1 million if he places in the top 3 on Sunday.
Tight, worried it might get tighter, so a small adjustment for them. And your leader, Kyle Larson, never race car good.
All right, let's not do too much promoting of the Hex stuff. Let's not do too much promoting.
But does not gain a total coming off pit road.
You said your piece. Let's roll.
It's coming to pit.
Bama says the 44 of Biffle is back.
Kurt Busch and Tyler Reddick with the right side tires only. A lot of the.
Here we go. I think this is the Fords coming down pit road now with 25 to go.
Number 6 as the number 2, his old team comes right around in front of him there. Austin Cindric saying he's just a bit tight off of turn 4. It'll be right sides for him. We'll go to Regan with his teammate.
G.I. Joe checks in, asks how the 55 is doing. I'll show you.
That means it wants to slide up off
I'll show you. He's down there at the bottom there in 18th place.
Too fast, exiting pit road.
All right, Gralla just got penalized for speeding on pit road.
Pass-through penalty at pit road speed.
That's going to pretty much do him in.
One thing I did see and notice right here from the windshield dyno is those boys are able to come into the pits way harder than they used to be able to. Diving in there, I just knew Ryan Blaney in that 12 car was speeding, and I think he made it. Haven't heard my ear yet.
Too fast coming off of pit road.
Serving the penalty. Bigger tires, 18-inch.
All right, so we got a new top 3. Let me update that.
I don't think Kyle Larson was wanting to go that fast. Chase Elliott had a little bit better feel of pit road speed. When you lead, the only thing you don't want to do is throw it away on pit road.
Yeah, like 30% more braking is what they actually have.
Let's see if that top 3 holds.
That's about how much more tire they have too, right?
Yeah.
Blaney, Keselowski, Briscoe, so that's mid pit stop.
The stocks up for Noah Gragson.
Hey, Valhalla, holla for what's not on the news. Says thanks. You're welcome, my man. You're welcome. Appreciate the super chat.
A little more fishy.
Larry, do you need 4 tires, or do you want to see how those tires are wearing? Why'd you change 4?
Well,
No problem, Area 1.
but I think what was the right move was exactly what Kurt pushed at 45 and Tyler Reddick at the 8.
All right, there's that super chat from What's Not the News.
Side tires.
Brad Keselowski as well.
That's what I think all these sports do, and you see that all 6 of them, I guarantee you, for a little bit, they're content to run right there.
Oop, I got this mixed up again.
Brad Scott with those big 18-inch center lock wheels, PBS forged wheels, as required by NASCAR for all these cars. That one lug nut comes off the car and stays in the socket of the.
All right, so we got some more Fords on pit road right now.
Used to be, doesn't it?
No more lug nuts spit out from tires.
He's at least a lap down. Welcome to the Berserkers, Area 1.
4 tires.
General Thor, we proud.
Without considering the field should be somewhere around 9 to 10 seconds for 4 tires.
Yeah, Kaz is now 2 laps down. Yaley, BJ McLeod, and Kaz Gralla are all 2 laps down.
The leader of this race, after Kyle Larson was out front for 34 laps, Blaney has led.
All right, so Keselowski up there in second, y'all. Up there in second as we go to commercial. Yeah, Biffle's not in this race. He's going in Duel 2. He's going in Duel number 2. We got 279 up in here, y'all. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk's coverage of the Duels at Daytona. The qualifying races for positions 3 through 40 for Sunday's Daytona 500. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up so we can get some more people in here, and turn on them bell notifications so you know when we go online. They're side by side up here on the screen here, but obviously we're hearing the commercial, so I can't play that. But it's Blaney, Keselowski, Briscoe in the top 3. Basically, they brought him back down pit road for the penalty, Jamil. They brought him back down. So he gets out on the track. They radio him. They say, you screwed up. You sped on coming off pit road. Bring your butt down here. Run the car through pit road at pit road speed, which is much slower than on the track. And that's the penalty. Mike asks if the 55 qualified. I think that's TBD, but I think he's looking pretty good. All right, still in a commercial break here. The front of the field continues to be Blaney, Keselowski, Briscoe. Now the Fords have risen to the top. 4 Fords in the top 4. Elliott, that Hendrick group sits back there. Elliott in 7th, Larson in 9th, and Byron in 10th. I don't think you missed anything about Denny Hamlin. He's not in this race yet. He'll race the second duel. All right, back to it. 18 to go here in Duel 1-8 Daytona.
First four Fords each took 2 tires, as did Reddick.
So it's a tire deal. The Fords only took 2 tires.
That's not the whole story. Look at getting onto pit road, comparing Blaney's Ford with Kyle Larson's Chevrolet.
Lance
Different times, of course.
Lamphere, welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor, we proud.
I don't know if he got stopped. He may have been speeding on that road, but way more efficient.
RRLRC, welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor, we proud.
And then you add in the difference of the 5 going with 4 tires that you had going with 2. That's the reason you had that.
Correct. Tonight determines the starting positions 3 through 40. Chris Bynum.
Chevrolets are catching.
Jack says Logano should be the favorite.
And the wrong digit, right?
Did you get 47?
No, I didn't have none.
Larson in the 5. They're in trouble.
I missed the popcorn with the pretzels, though.
But that's good.
Pretty brainy, huh? What are you going to have?
I'm thinking I'm going to get some chimichangas.
From where?
The dollar store. The frozen ones.
Oh, I'll do that if that's what you want to do. 317 in the chat, y'all. Welcome.
The gloves on, you can see him in there working the wheel, but honestly, that's why.
It remains 12-6-14 as the COO checks in.
Doing a better job of drafting.
16 to go here in Duel 1.
Bush has dropped 3 spots. Listen to him.
Those Fords are in a pack of their own out front there. Pop that corn, says Area 1. Appreciate it, Glenn. Appreciate you, my man. Cincinnati Bengals fan checks in, says, what's up, Valhalla? What's up, buddy?
But this is the only
Lap 44, y'all. 16 to go.
you're going to see on Sunday in the Daytona 500, and those guys need to
Appreciate it, bottle hunting with B.
Ryan Blaney out in front now for
Yeah,
10
taking your
laps.
car.
He's finished top 10 in 5 of his 7 Daytona duels, including winning his in 2018. He got the
Pete McDevitt show checks in, says NASCAR, you go. What's up, Pete?
what I just said, though. I've watched these guys.
All right, so Blaney now has led 11 of 45 laps. It's Blaney, Keselowski, Briscoe are the top 3 with 15 to go.
Cannot lose this drive. I've watched
Chaz Gralla 2 laps down in 20th.
something that all
Let me take you down to the bottom 10 here, y'all, just so you can see them.
all being on the same page of coming together as they did. All going
So the Fords that are out front there, they did so during the pit stops. They only took 2 tires.
attention to analytics, and they went with 2 tires where most of all the other Chevrolets went with 4 tires.
But what's up, Pete McDevitt show? How you doing, buddy?
with the war, so to speak, where they do all of that.
Yeah, Keselowski is with his own team now, Tim Van Forest. He's a part owner on that 6 car.
That gap is 4.8 seconds from Reddick in 5th.
Area 1 would like to see Bowman win the 500.
At the transfer spot, J.J. Yaley has it because Kaz Gralla had to take that.
Don says Hexagon smashed the like.
Yaley 1 lap down, Gralla 2 laps back, and Noah Gregson.
A lot of people in the chat rooting for that Hex car.
So as things stand right now, with
Probably the coolest looking car this weekend, I think, if you're just going on looks.
yeah, Mike, even if the call sheet comes out right now, Cole Custer would get the
There they are. They're showing him on the screen, y'all. The 55 of J.J. Yeley, currently 18th.
Tough situation.
Bottle hunting with B says Gregson's locked in on speed, right? I think so. I don't really know for sure, though. I'm going to be honest. I have an idea of who's already in the race and who isn't, but I don't know for sure, 100% for sure.
Times that lead group to the second group back there, it almost mirrors for another.
Carmat says Captain Thor will probably get $1,000 from the Hexagons. Yes. I'm doing good, Roberto. How are you?
Start this race in the rear was an unapproved adjustment. They had to
Yeah, I like Keselowski a lot. If I wasn't a Harvick fan, I'd probably be a Keselowski fan.
had something to do with him exceeding the speed limit on pit road.
Oh, man.
326 though, up in here.
Yeah, because you heard him give
We've got 12 to go in duel number 1.
100, but really they go by the lights in the digital dash.
It's still, Larry, I always wanted to know the number, though.
Appreciate it, Pete.
First one, right? That was your first focal mark. All right, I get it to 4,500. Now I'm going to go to my lights.
Shane says with strategy and speed, it's going to be tough not to pick a Ford to win the 500.
That's what my first focal point and focus was.
Well, you know which one I'm rooting for.
For these cars up front.
So it's those 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars out front in a pack of their own. And they've got quite the lead.
Position. For Brad Keselowski, he would start on the inside of the third row.
All right, we got some serious bumping going on here.
So each position is important.
I'm not sure what car. Oh, Keselowski is putting the bumper to the car in front of him.
Quite a bit. You can hear the RPM change.
Putting it to Blaney.
A good note as soon as he pushes him.
12.6.24 now. No, 12.6.14 is their top 3.
Looking at him.
He didn't breathe either.
Brad Keselowski, the Daytona 500 will be his first points race for his new team. And I say his because
Oh, I'm sure there's quite a few. They were mixed up pretty bad this time, Chris. I'm sure there's a bunch of Toyotas in that next race.
Number 6 and 17.
322 in the chat, though.
Clash feature. Third place, Chase Briscoe for Stuart Haas.
Come on, Chase. I kind of like to see Briscoe win this bad boy, too. Stuart Haas car. That brand new sponsor, Mahindra Tractors. His crew chief is John Klausmeyer. The spotter, Joe Campbell. Oh, no doubt, Royota. I think he's top 10. I think Tony Stewart's top 10 all time.
That it does to change tires. They go with 2 tires. They're almost just kind of making a guesstimate about how much fuel they needed to dump in.
Cincinnati Bengals fan, I have the Minnesota Vikings winning the Super Bowl next year.
I'm liking what I'm seeing right now.
Minnesota Vikings, without a doubt.
That's his old team in front of him.
Area 1 says, watch out, Elliot. Here comes Bush to spin you.
His old team, and I'll duel them in this first year.
Pete McDevitt up in here, y'all.
Just you got a war room and you're going to go with a guesstimate, but you got a crew chief going, go, 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 go. Oh, that too.
9 to go. 9 to go, and those 4 Fords pacing the field.
Keselowski's going to make a move at the end of this race. And when he does, that's your opportunity to put him 3 wide, make the move yourself, and take advantage of those cars side by side.
Chris likes Tony Stewart because he races sprint cars and IndyCar.
Lady, you're going to try to figure out when and where he's going to do it to make that block.
What's not on the news says super chat for requests. Yeah, Biffle and Wallace will be in the next one, Bama. They put on 4 tires, Richard. The Fords only put on 2.
Called Kevin Harvick today, picked his brain, wanted to know what that felt like.
Shane says, really hoping Brad pulls this off. That 6 up front is good for the sport.
The tension, the heaviness of the wheel.
Bottle Hunting says, no, he's the GOAT.
He had a really soft wheel, was able to move the wheel a lot. The car, the way they're dancing around, he was wondering if he maybe wanted to tighten that up a little bit. Helped calm.
Rarita says, how do I rate Dale Jr.? I'm not a Dale Jr. stan, y'all. I am not. I think he underperformed in high equipment for many years. He's definitely rated on my side lower than Harvick. Harvick has won a lot more big races on a lot more kinds of tracks. I thought it was for Dale Jr. to get in the Hall of Fame that quickly. I see why, for the popularity of the sport. But Harvick is a for sure Hall of Famer now.
That whole separation is due to the pit stop. The Ford drivers took 2 tires, most of the Chevrolet.
I'm good if we have to play Cincy in the Super Bowl. Jamil says, go JJ 55. Area 1 says, am I gonna offer bets next? What do you mean? Mickey Lopez says, where does the car 55 need to place to qualify? I'm not sure. I think he's already there, though. He's 2 laps down, but he's the first car 2 laps down. I'll show you. It's Yaley, McLeod, Kaz Gralla, and Noah Gregson.
that diffuser.
I'm sure they'll give us an idea after this race what needs to happen
That's where all the speed is. If you're going to
for the two cars that are fighting to try to stay in this thing.
managing the air under the car,
Jamil says that the 55 is already in, so Jamil sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
that's why we see different heights on that.
Shane says, I personally put Jeff Burton over Dale Jr.
Change the balance of this car by how much air I let under it.
Yeah, I watched his podcast this morning, Chris.
Not seeing these cars bounce around there near as much as we saw.
What's Not on the News says Yaley just has to beat Garala.
Things like that in these cars. They can adjust that going into this race, correct? Even
Bottle Hunting says JJ is truly the GOAT. Junior is good. Since he says, I kind of want some more Valhalla ASMR. You guys are nuts. You guys are nuts. We got 396 in the chat. These Fords continue to lead duel number 1 at Daytona with 5 to go. There we go. Keselowski pulls out on the outside
that's a little earlier.
and takes the lead.
Expected right there, Larry.
And he brings the car with him. That's Briscoe in the 14. So we got a new top 3. So it's 6-14-12 up front.
So that first back of 4.2. Become the 3 to go this next time by. That is very smart play right.
All right, that probably brought the Chevys back up to this group.
Now, who's in the catbird seat? Is it him from ranking that big block?
Now they're still 4 seconds back there.
Behind him, Chase Briscoe. He'll even get a little bit of help off those cars.
So Keselowski, Briscoe, Blaney.
That car's ahead.
Still 4 Fords pace this field with 3 to go.
The other thing they did right there is tear up those teammates. Ryan Blaney and Austin Cindric.
Yeah, Logano's in the next one.
To the inside of the 14, and he shuffles Chase.
Kevin says we need more drivers like Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Exactly what I was talking about. Now, when you're Brad Keselowski looking in the mirror, you have Blaney, which I already thought was extremely fast. But not only that, you got his teammate pushing him. Austin Cindric, the rookie, in the 2.
All right, so Yaley down to 18th now in that 55.
Losing touch with that trio is Briscoe.
A surprise back there with them is Cole Custer in the 41. He's only in 17th.
2 to go.
All right, 2 laps to go, y'all. 2 laps to go.
And this would be a big deal for RFK Racing, even just being a dual race, no question. Like Noah Gregson, who is locked into 500 speed. It's exactly why.
Yeah, so Elliott is the first Chevy in 5th place, and he's 3.64 seconds back. I know it's Daytona, but that's still quite a way. Blaney pushing on that 6 car, Keselowski now.
Blaney saying, remember me, I'm the guy who was in the front a while ago. See how you like it. I don't know if anybody blocks any better though than Brad Keselowski.
Here we go, last lap of duel number 1. The white flag is out as they pass the start-finish line. 6-12-2 is the running order.
So he sees
a little space between the first 2 cars and the next 2.
I would have probably done that if I'm Ryan Blaney. I need that teammate. Probably get away. And that may be what he was doing right there. Push him out, drag back, but you can already see Brad seeing that.
All right, they're all together. They're starting to try to find their way. The 12 bounces to the outside. The 2 fills the spot. Cindric in the 2. The 14 hammering on the 2. So it's now 6-12-2.
Double wide behind him, and Brad Keselowski gets his first duel win, 3 wide.
All right, Keselowski wins duel number 1, 6-12-2.
Green got in the way there, boys. Nobody wanted to go by Keselowski. That was the best case scenario for Brad. Didn't have to block anybody. And we will go back and check, but you saw the leaders lap Yaley and McLeod. That put them on the same lap as Kaz Gralla. And on the final lap, Gralla may have beat Yaley to the line.
Uh-oh.
He's asking the same thing we are.
Gralla thinks that he beat Blaney to the line.
Right at the end of the race.
Gralla finishes 18th, Yaley 15th in the 55. What?
There's Corolla, second to last car in that group. The 55 on the outside is Yaley in turns 3 and 4. Corolla makes the pass on Yaley, who had no traffic.
Why did Yaley go up high there? Get in line.
Corolla racing the Daytona 500.
So Gralla makes the field in the 50, the Mayweather car. Finished 18th. He will race in the Daytona 500.
Classic case. Never give up.
What? So does that mean that both of them make it, or what, chat? 436 in the chat. We just broke 7,600 on the subscriber count. Appreciate it, everybody.
His team have only one prior dual win. In 2012,
So Keselowski, a brand new team. He's the part owner, number 6 car now, and he gets a victory in duel number 1 at Daytona. Congratulations to him.
I think this will be a mild celebration. Oh, this is the Daytona 500 car.
Yeah, there will be no big burnouts because this car, what about this engine, Larry?
Australia wants the 55.
You've got the car.
All right, as is tradition with Keselowski, he likes to get the American flag whenever he wins a race, and they're running it out to him.
I think that has a ton of potential. Brad Keselowski and Matt McCall.
What's up, Michael?
His signature move after every one of his victories, he wants to wave the flag, but the American flag. Well, the team owner can't tell him don't burn it down because that would be Brad.
I'm so happy for Brad. A couple weeks ago.
All right, so they get the American flag to that 6 car, and he's about to do some more donuts. Just 2.
It's all about all the marbles and wins.
Hex just got hammered, says Chris. Keith Qualls, welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor will be proud.
Mild burnout, what you talking about?
Yeah, that's one of those see you Sunday burnouts. That's okay.
You know what, Mike? He said it was a little scary and bittersweet to leave Penske, but he said, you know what? If your dreams don't scare you, your dreams are probably not big enough.
A lot of support for the 55 in the chat.
His dad and his hero passed away in the off-season, and I know that weighs heavily on Brad, whose dad, a great racer in his own right, was a huge...
All right, so Keselowski unbuckling from the car. Probably going to get interviewed here on the front stretch at Daytona.
And there is the sticker honoring Brad's father as he climbs.
Shane wondering what the over-under is on wins for that 6 car this year. What do you think? I think 3.
Brad Keselowski hops out his
They've got some good sponsorship.
American flag victory celebration. We'll give Brad a second to get his helmet off here. Brad, you made some big changes during the offseason. Took a big chance coming over, becoming an owner.
Keselowski is now an owner with Roush.
And,
He has an ownership interest in that team with Roush.
Felt pretty good about our car, in practice on Tuesday, Regan, and give credit to the other Fords. We worked really well together. Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, had great strategy, Austin Cindric, and we stuck together. We drove away and got ourselves in a position where we could control the finish of this race. And
So Brad will start 3rd in the Daytona 500 on Sunday.
Great start for our Core Generators Ford team. This is special.
all smiles down here. Brad Keselowski, winner of duel number 1.
They'll have a second row start on Sunday. Kaz Gralla will race in the Daytona 500 after
James Spears, welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor will be proud. So that Gralla makes the race for sure on Sunday, they just said.
Disney Resort Hotel.
Gralla makes the race for sure on Sunday, but we've still got duel number 1 coming at you here on Valhalla Sports Talk, y'all. John Garrett says, I've lived in the same house for 42 years. I'm 5.8 miles from the track. I have never heard the cars so loud at my house. Completely different. Interesting. That's good info, man. So they sound racy, huh, John? The man 16 Iffy, welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor will be proud. Chris Bynum says, go buy some tortillas and avocados now. I'm going long on avocados. I'm not sure, Christian. I'm not sure if that means the 55 out, but it sure sounded like the chat thought he was. If anyone in the chat knows for sure, someone in the chat said he was already in. Choppy says if you look at Chase's lap times, he was the fastest. Area 1 says, yeah, good info. They are loud. All right, so the best time, you guys said something about Chase's best lap time? 47.457. The best one for Keselowski was 47.078. What's not on the news says looks like we are out. He'll be out in this next race, Lewis. 290 in the chat though. I think we were close to 400 at one point. I think we were close to that 400 number. Oops, I just turned that off. Let me go back to it. Malcolm Klein, welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor, be proud. Flatline says Yaley is out, Gralla is in. Period. Holy crap, y'all. Holy crap. Our subscriber count now 7631. So we blew past 7,600 and picked up another 31 after that. I appreciate it, y'all. Appreciate it. All right, let's get back to it.
Jamie.
Kaz Gralla, I think he has a bigger cheering section here than any other driver. Hugs all around. You are in the Daytona 500. How did you make it happen after
So Gralla, the driver out of Boston, Massachusetts, makes the race.
I made a mistake. I sped on pit road, and I thought we were out of it. But I wasn't going to give up no matter what.
L. Carter says, oh, well, maybe next year. Heck's got some good press, though. Well, they sure showed up in this chat. They sure showed up in here.
Wasn't by much, but it did. We caught them.
Bradley says, my favorite driver won. Yay, hell yeah, I love Brad Keselowski.
Pulled a couple of years off my life, but it doesn't matter.
Glenn says Chase always has a good car at Daytona. He just needs to work on positioning himself better for the finishes.
I'm really grateful. I'm excited for the Money Team.
Bama likes that Biffle paint job.
Be out there making its debut, and I'm really, really grateful to be the one holding the wheel. So we're gonna have fun. This is gonna be a fun ride together all year with them, and
Christian says, I was excited for Yaley. Super fun to watch, but would have liked to seen the Hex car at the Daytona 500. Well, it definitely was the best paint scheme, I thought, y'all. And we're not going to see it in the 500.
What is that like?
I mean, it's stressful, and with it being a new team, there were a lot of things that had to be done from scratch. You know, the administration of being here, the entry blanks, getting everything inside the car that I need for cooling, so I stay cool in there. I mean, equipment, you name it, and we've had to start from scratch in the
Christian says,
35 days.
No, Area 1 says, keep your platform progressive and fresh, bud. This is good stuff. Appreciate it, Area 1. I try to be different than anybody else.
I'm excited for everybody on the team. And we're going to celebrate tonight.
The purpose of the Hex Guard was for a mobile billboard, so to speak, says Alex. Well, it worked.
You're right, Jamie.
What's not on the news says, I feel like Mayweather paid off Yaley.
Beat Hamilton did in 1971.
All right, so Keselowski in victory lane celebrating with his team as we get ready for duel number 2. I wonder if I gotta go out and refresh here to get the second one. So let's go through the finishing order there. It was Keselowski, Cindric, Blaney, Briscoe, Elliott, 6-12-2. Oh, I had it wrong on my deal here. So Cindric ended up finishing in second there. That's bad, Valhalla. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out another way to do this for the 500. Because it just changes too much, y'all. It just changes too much on the fly. I'll have to pull that from somewhere. Where will Chase start the 500? I don't think that's set yet. That's not completely set yet. Let's go, Bubba, says Quinn. Larson or Logano will win, it says Robert. Go Harvick, says Dave. Great coverage, says Dave. 2 days, Dave Rhodes, Dave 1823. $2.94 in the chat. All right, let's get to it.
Brian Lane third, the Austin Cindric second. Brad Keselowski celebrating the victory lane with White Page, his kids, and Edsel Ford. Here's a look at the finish. This is how they will line up behind Kyle Larson, who's already won the pole for the 500. This will be the inside lane of the day.
All right, so the inside lane is this group.
With the exception of J.J. Yeley, the one car that fails to make the race.
So, yep, Yeley does not make the race.
Here's Regan with the driver who finished third.
System note says the Hex car will likely be in one of the upcoming races, either Vegas or Talladega. Not California? No problem. What's not on the news?
About your race car for Sunday.
Chase is going to start 12th, says Davey.
Early at a spot I wouldn't expect it. He did a good job on that, but yeah.
Bottle wondering why it was timed out.
You know, it kind of just got shaken up there after the
sometimes bottle hunting, if you do too many emojis, the system will kick you out for a while, put you in timeout. It's not always a mod.
Make the pass, so
it's something in the settings if you do too many emojis at once. Tracy says that was a snooze fest. It was kind of boring. Choppy says Bill Elliott was my favorite driver in the 80s. Now it's Chase. GGR says, holy shit, what a setup. No, Newman did not find a ride for the 500. Newman did not find a ride for the 500. All right, so let's prep this thing for the next race. For duel number 2. They still haven't done this on NASCAR yet. The live leaderboard. So I'll just zero these out for now. But Brad Keselowski wins the first duel at Daytona. Will start third on the field on Sunday. Crazy Mother Trucker says Elliott should start around 11th. Samuel Vera is hyping up Cole Custer. And GGR says, let's go Blaney then. Let's go Blaney. 257 in the chat, y'all. 257 up in here. But welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk's coverage of the duels at Daytona tonight. The twin qualifying races that will determine positions 3 through 40 for the Daytona 500 on Sunday. Valhalla Sports Talk will be back with coverage and a stream for the Daytona 500 on Sunday. Will go online about an hour prior to race time. Robert says Cale Yarborough is my favorite. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Give the video the thumbs up. That's what moves us up in the rankings. And hit that bell notifications. Todd Fuller, welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor, be proud. GGR says, I stopped watching NASCAR a few years ago. I was a diehard for over 30 years. I must say, I like the change of the numbers on the cars. You do like it. Most people don't. Most that I've run into. Edwin, let me get an exact time for you. So on Sunday, the Daytona 500 will go off at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'll be on at about 1:30 Eastern Time. But yeah. Yeah, I did see that, Robert. I saw the flyover. What's up, Wolfpack of Reno? What's up, Justin White? Reed Lambert says it looks like Eric Jones is going to start in a good spot. All right, let's listen in.
We think it should be fun. There are some guys who are racing their way in. We, of course, saw Cass Gralla.
What's up, Todd Fuller? Shout out to Sydney, Australia. Oi, oi, oi.
Race for Cass, but these are the guys who are trying to race their way in.
All right, so the ones trying to race their way in are Jacques Villeneuve, Greg Biffle, and Timmy Hill.
And of course, Timmy Hill as well.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that we learned from the first duel is that...
Yeah, me too, GGR.
I mean, Cass Gralla, I thought, was completely out of this, and it's shocking to me that he was able to make up the ground that he did, and he makes... I mean, it's the last lap to race your way into the Daytona 500. What an exciting way to do that. But we could hear his expression after the race.
All right, 7644 is the subscriber count. That'd be way cool if we get to 7,700. 7,700 tonight. That'd be cool, but I need your help, y'all. I need your help to do that.
That was pretty stellar.
Gabriel Gutierrez, welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor will be proud.
He might have been wearing his in the night. You know, it's interesting that the guys.
What's up, Gary Lee?
And Jacques Villeneuve and Greg Biffle. I mean, you talk about champions, right? You've got truck championship.
Let me get Biffle's number for you.
Yeah, Indy 500.
I mean, how do you? I mean, these guys. It's been a long time for Greg since he's been in a race car.
They're still only showing me the cars for the first duel.
Yeah, for both of those, I think that the big thing is just don't make any mistakes. Cass Gralla made that mistake getting on pit road, and he had some issues with his dash. I know that Biffle.
44 says Prince Azil.
For the weekend, the thing we got to keep in mind is that they're kind of new teams. Right?
Let's go, Biff, says Donovan.
Teams that are around for
Will Arnett, welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor will be proud.
Things right.
Yeah, Greg's gonna take it easy. I'm sure. He knows he's really got to only beat one car, but at the same time, what can happen?
Justin says I just got done helping pit the number 1. Day is done for us. Are you for real, dude? Thank you, dear.
He took a ride with
All right, I got me a couple little chimichangas, just the cheap little chimmies, y'all, for dinner.
15 years ago, I was sick for 3 days. I was laying on the couch in my living room. They're still putting. I would be running.
I know Gralla in the 60 did make it, Prince.
Crazy experiences.
Yep, Jacques Villeneuve is in this second race.
When you get in that, it's unbelievable how fast that plane takes off.
I did that. I had no problem.
Butterflies, welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor will be proud. General Thor has just joined me to my right here because I got food, and he likes food, just like his old man.
Not very soon after, that's for sure.
It should start here shortly.
No, I don't think so. Larry, what did we learn in this last race that you're going to apply?
Should start here shortly,
I
y'all.
want to go with 2 tires, but what's going to be interesting...
Justin says, yes, I work for Trackhouse.
5 Toyota drivers.
Okay, I want you to prove it to me.
Only one in the first race, so
Take a picture with you doing the peace sign, at Daytona for Valhalla, and then send it to me on Twitter in my DMs. Let's see if you're for real, Justin White.
4.5 seconds difference.
That was about the difference from the front pack to that.
Midway Monster says Jock is already locked in on speed.
Keselowski's still celebrating. One of his co-owners, Jack Roush, was.
Glenn says it's currently 1 degree in Fargo, North Dakota.
Roush has 10 class wins in the 24 hours as an owner. Drivers at the ready for duel number 2.
All right, we got drivers strapping in to their machines here.
Once again,
Martin Truex on the TV right now.
And now, race fans, he's here to say the most famous words of motorsports.
Let's see if this guy does better than the last guy on this Gentlemen Start Your Engines.
Ray Lopez, accompanied by his daughter Lily and friend Dave. Drivers, start your engine!
That was better than the other guy. At least he tried. Those kids didn't help him at all. Those kids didn't help him for shit. All right, we're going to one last commercial, I think, before we get this second duel underway. Yes, Biffle is in this race, Jimmy.
Does Harvick?
Yeah, Harvick's in this race too. 276 in the chat, y'all. All right, so let's take a look at this field here real quick. All right, so you got Bowman leading the charge, Eric Amarola second, Martin Truex third, Denny Hamlin fourth, so 2 Toyotas together there. Harrison Burton in the 21, Joey Logano in the 22, Christopher Bell rolling 7th, Bubba Wallace 8th, Kyle Busch 9th, Austin Dillon 10th, Michael McDowell 11th, and then let's move it up. Ty Dillon in the 42 rolls off 12, Harvick way back there in 13th, Bushler 14th, LaJoy 15th, Stenhouse 16th, Cody Ware 17th, Jock Villeneuve 18th, Greg Biffle 19th, David Reagan 20, and 21st is Timmy Hill. Now, required to qualify on time are these asterisk people. So Timmy Hill, Biffle, and Villeneuve. All right? So that's what we're looking at. And I'm going to bite into this chibi. Oh, I'm definitely going to do the Daytona 500 B4. No, I can't show the racing. Can't actually show the racing, KPTV. That's a copyright violation. No, I'm not going to Daytona either. Nope, nope, nope. All right, here we go, y'all.
Here they come to begin the duel at Daytona. Green flag. This is a total different animal right here. It is very Sparks fly in Daytona.
Good job. Hey, everybody, do I do. You're going right back. Keep digging.
Starting lineup for Sunday.
So we didn't see any of that rumored tag team racing in duel number 1 there.
On FS.
A lot of single file racing.
Will set the outside lane of the starting grid for Sunday's Daytona 500. What you learn watching Duel 1 that you
Go Chase on Sunday, says B4.
First of all, I need to make sure my crew chief saw that we're
Midway rooting for that 18 or 45 on Sunday.
If I'm a guy like Kevin Harvick, I like what I saw there. Want to find my allies in those Fords, but this one I really look for those Toyotas. A lot of Toyotas in this one.
Well, a big difference in the pit stop times, 2 tires versus 4. But is there anything else we saw on pit road with this new car that it looks different?
Well, yeah, I think he has a chance, Jack.
Be very aggressive with this brake package.
I like doing a little bit of everything, Richard. I try to do a little bit of everything on my channel, man.
This race is paying attention. Got a couple of aggressive.
I think my favorite one to stream is Viking games. I enjoy doing the Dodger games too, and I really have had fun with the NASCAR stuff too.
All right, they're ready to roll off.
All right, they're rolling off a pit road.
Still a beautiful night here in Daytona. Track temp was 72 for race number 1. Excuse me, ambient temp 72, track temp 77, nothing has changed.
Yep, so the temp is still the same, the wind is still the same. GGR says, I spent a weekend in New Hampshire with Hamlin when he drove the 20 Rockwell Automation Busch car.
Index the steering wheel, this is pretty common.
Nice. Harvick beat him.
Rolling his car down pit road, apparently it's not going to fire.
Maybe it doesn't need to.
Uh-oh, that 27 car, Jacques Villeneuve, in trouble, won't start.
It says you must start the dual race to maintain your spot, and I suppose
That means you can get by the start-finish line right here?
Yes.
Well, meanwhile, I'm going to dial up old teammate Kevin Harvick. Watch this.
All right, here goes interview with Harvick.
The Fox Sports booth, you got us?
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy, pretty mild first duel, but the Fords were fast. Obviously, you're sitting in one. What's your plan here? What do you want to feel in this race car?
I feel like a fish out of water sitting in this thing, to be honest with you. I don't know what the switches are. My pedals feel different. So I just want to race and feel all this stuff and trying to get a good idea of what we need to work on and how our car is. But I think we have to race with our Bushline 4 Mustang to see where everything's at. Have some fun.
All right, man. Well, good luck. Obviously,
Harvick sounded like he is not comfortable at all inside that number 4 Ford Mustang.
All right, here's the starting grid presented by Bluegreen Vacations. Thanks to RL King on Twitter, our pollster Alex Bowman has a new nickname, Bowman the Front Rowman. 5 in a row. He shares the front row with Eric Almirola, the fastest Ford in last night's qualifying. Row 2.
It sure was in that first race, crazy mother trucker. It sure was a lot of single wide.
Let's go back to row 3. The rookie Harrison Burton won Cup Story Talladega last year.
All right, so let's get these numbers right.
15 Daytona 500 winner. Back to row 4, Christopher Bale, runner-up in the duel last year, and Bubba Wallace, the last time we were at a super speedway, he won at Talladega.
how about this row, boys? Row 5, number 18, Cowboys, 3-time dual winner. Look for big things out of here in this race. All right, I'm going to get this right. Austin Dillon, number 3 ball, won his duel last year. Look for him. Michael McDowell, last year's 2000 Daytona 500 winner, and Ty Dillon.
Canna Baker, Crab, and Clement says Biffle's still racing. You're out there selling parts.
And Chris Buescher's finished top 10 in his duel the last 4 years in a row. Corey LaJoy was 7th in last year's duel, and Ricky Stenhouse, the July 17 Daytona winner.
Row 9, the 51 car Cody Ware making his 3rd dual start. The 27 John Dillon.
Nah, he didn't reach out to me, GGR.
Formula 1 champion, locked in the top.
They're doing warm-up laps right now, Chris.
In this road, here it comes, just like the first duel. Greg Biffle has to race his way in.
Lori Lucy says this is stupid and then spells stupid wrong.
That's the battle, folks. Greg Biffle and Timmy Hill. Who's going to be in the Daytona 500?
Well, Jack Villeneuve may not make the start of this race. The hood is up.
Wow, if they don't get that Villeneuve car started, that could open it back up for that Hex car.
He was the fastest qualifier of this second dual group last night, so he's into the Daytona 500. Regardless, Jamie?
I thought they just said if he didn't start the car, he wouldn't be in.
3 boxes, but we have 42 drivers racing tonight, so that means 2 teams had to share a space. So when the first race was over, they had to move out of pit box. One of those teams was Joey Logano. They literally just got his war wagon set up, and they're still plugging in wires. Pit crews are sweating already. They've been tripping over everything in this pit box, trying to get ready. They're just putting the tape right in the box so Joey can hit his marks. As for their driver, though, he is ready. He's strapped in. He told me there's no holding back in this race. He wants to get something out of it. And oh, by the way, there's a great...
What's up, Clayton?
He likes trophies. Big and Smith.
Well, Jamie, just a few moments ago, we saw Kaz Grano race his way into the Daytona 500. He's a young guy that was trying to do that. Now the other end of the spectrum, Greg Biffle, an old guy that is trying to race his way into the Daytona 500. It's been 5 years since we have seen the Biff in the Cup Series. I spoke to him right as he got in the race car. He was calm, he was cool, he was collected. He studied what happened.
That Grambling State University car for Biffle is pretty sexy.
In front of me, keep up with the track. I can tell you, as
that's cool.
I've raced against the Biff for a very long time. Once that helmet goes on, there is no fiercer competitor in the field than Greg Biffle. Look for him to make some fun.
Richard said they put the hex on him.
Biffle making the comeback here.
Well, at one point they said that car had to start.
Teammates.
But now they're saying he's locked in. So, hell, I don't know what to believe anymore with these guys.
Of sorts, the two-time Daytona 500 winner will join us in the booth when we go to...
So Matt Kenseth's is going to join this group on Fox Sports next week in California. I don't know. Kenseth never struck me as somebody very exciting to listen to. All right, they're rolling off pit road, y'all.
As I look down through this field, Larry, I see a lot more pairings in this. Just like I see with Denny Hamlin, his teammate Martin Truex right in front of him. Those guys are going to find each other, and I think you're going to see a way different role in this duel today.
I hope they mix it up in this one, y'all.
Denny Hamlin.
Hope they mix it up a little bit.
Also presented by Toyota. Joey Logano, 0 on Cam. And next we're going to fire it up with the Louisiana hot sauce cam. Ricky Stenhouse. This is the one, all right, we saw Kyle Larson and his two teammates right behind him. Those 300 cars, they had the luxury of...
7652 is a subscriber count, so we're less than 50 away from 7,700, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for the support.
It's going to be interesting to see what that 48 car does at the start of this race. Tonight's aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Anything can happen as long as you have the drive. Goodyear. Or driven.
Bottle Hunting says, where's Greg Biffle? He's in 19th as they roll off.
To start on the inside, here's Bubba Wallace and company.
Bob says, God, I've wanted to be, but I'm just not impressed or enthused with what I'm seeing so far. Are you talking about the new car?
His car returns 59.
Yeah, if they're afraid to mix it up for fear that they can't fix these cars, that's kind of wild.
Got to meet him last year on the back straight. I spent some time with him one night. One of the neatest experiences, man, my adult life has ever seen. 60 laps, 150.
Crazy Mother Trucker says rumor was Ward Burton was in this race.
His car is in.
All right, here we go.
From Roman Bowman brings him to green.
Green flag, green flag. Lap number 1, Bowman leading the field in that 48. Let's go to the alternate screen. So early on here, 48, 10, 19.
You see Joey Logano pushing hard on Eric Almirola in that 10 car, going to the front.
All right, double wide racing.
The speed that they have over those cars on the inside. Just watching that 10 car of Eric Almirola, by far the fastest forward. I always remember what he told Jamie Little after qualifying last night. I'm a little questioned how my car is going to drive when we get out there and pass. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
They get to the inside of him. Must not have liked that push.
All right, we got one car stuck on the far outside. They're dropping like a rock.
Did not get up to speed through here quickly. Then in the draft on the back straightaway, pulled even, and now drops toward the back of the field.
All right, so it's 48, 10, 22.
That 48 car leading, you got to go all the way back well outside the top 5 to find the next Chevrolet driver, Austin Dillon, in that 3 car. Man, basically 4 teammates as you look in your rearview. You have 5 teammates.
Harvick back there in 15th, 0.79 second behind.
You look out the back of the 48 if you're Alex Bowman.
Almirola has dropped all the way down to 20th.
Going, but he trails the field.
The 22 now in the lead, but just by a nose.
Chuck Villeneuve, as you noted, Mike, he was in pit road. They were having an issue with the throttle cable. They told him, do whatever you can do just to get out there and get one lap under your belt. So they're watching his speed right now, but he's going to stay out as long as he can. But hopefully some...
All right, Villeneuve did make it out there. Jacques Villeneuve did make it out, the 97 F1 champion. 22:48.21.
And that's new because of the way the pedals are mounted on the floorboard and not hanging from the dash. You no longer use a throttle rod, use a throttle cable. Yeah, Chase Briscoe, Eric Almirola, possibly both of them had issues.
Yeah, there's no way to keep this updated when they're too wide, y'all. I'm going to have to figure something out.
Look at that gold foil number on the 21. Gosh, that takes me back to Neil Bonnet, to David Pearson, the Wood Brothers, that gleaming gold foil. Outlawed by NASCAR, chrome and foil numbers for many, many years. And this year they've said, if you want to present it, we'll look at it, and we will approve it perhaps, but for the door numbers only. That's okay with me.
Heck yeah, that looks so cool. How are you going to turn that down? It's the way it ought to be.
They keep jostling back and forth, y'all. You'll see on the middle part here, it tells you what place they're in.
No one up there with you. But it's exactly what he said, right there.
I've got to pull it from the screen for this deal here, I bet you.
Situation, see what his car's going to do, and I think that's exactly what you saw.
Harvick just did a fine job of advancing.
Richard says Biffle's going to make the show.
We'll sort things out.
And
Tim's going for Hamlin in this one.
You don't want to lose a draft. It seems very easy to lose a draft. As soon as those guys went by and bye, they're gone. Definitely.
Nah, he didn't do what he had to do, Mr. Dolo.
Almirola trails this back by 3 seconds.
He didn't do what he had to do. Old J.J. Ely.
By 13.
GGR says, I like the look of the new car. Best they've looked since the early 90s.
You heard Eric ask and have the question, the doubt in his mind after he posted that big lap. Man, is this thing going to handle? Maybe he didn't like the way those cars were pushing him. Didn't like it at all and pulled out. Elected to get out of
Chris says, updated as they cross the start-finish line every time.
In the past, here at Daytona, with the 6th generation car,
I think I just need to pull it from the screen you guys are looking at.
Especially if they're, spread out. We saw in that first duel they were single file, but I would have thought with these cars running side by side, kind of spread out the way they are, especially down this back straightaway.
I could probably make it right now, but it'd be kind of annoying for you folks. Let's try to do it in the commercial. I'll try to bring it up here so it updates automatic.
Almirola has fallen to 19th. We listened into his team.
Harvick up to 12th now. They're still too wide up in front there. Yeah, Almirola back there mired in 19th. He had a fast Ford last night.
Where's gear pressure come from?
It's got to have something to do with that transaxle in the gearbox back there. That's all new to the next gen car here in the Cup Series in 2000.
No problem, Mr. Dolo.
Out the side, glowing red.
I thought that last night too, GGR. They kind of felt like an IROC thing, which is what they're going for. They're going for where all the cars are virtually the same, right? With that unibody.
Nose to tail.
Harrison Burton, the rookie, is in the 21 GGR.
Tie for the newly formed Petty GMS Motorsports. Richard Petty, Maury Gallagher, getting together with a 2-car team with the 42.
Go Harvick, says Dave Rhodes. 209 in the chat. We're watching Duel number 2 at Daytona here on Valhalla Sports Talk. First duel tonight was won by Keselowski in that 6 car.
A lot more parity within the organizations. A lot of Fords in the
Lap 8 of 60, ladies and gentlemen. It's 22:48.21.
Alex Bowman Chevy has led 6. Joey Logano's 4, 1 lap.
All right, let me do this. While we're in here, while it's early in this race, I'm going to try something.
Giving an inch. This lap goes to Logano.
I'm going to try to make it so the top 3 update automatic, okay? First, let me see what I need to grab.
Drivers separated by basically about 9/100ths of a second.
You know, watching these guys draft and do the bump drafting, it's almost like they're more comfortable, believe it or not.
All right, so I want to do a window capture, a new window capture.
Is that because the car is just a little...
And I apologize, it's gonna cover your screen for a second here, okay?
You think that'll change as we...
But I'll get it cut down real quick.
Learn more about what this car wants and what it needs. I just think the crunch time. Like that when it becomes time, you push everywhere. Out of necessity, you have to go.
All right, so what I'm wanting is the top 3 here.
At the bottom of the pylon, Brett Biffle 1 second off at the tail of that lead pack. And Timmy Hill 24 seconds back. Those are the 2 drivers racing for the transfer spot. Jack Villeneuve was already guaranteed into the field on time, and he is a half a lap back of the leaders, but he'll be in the 500.
It's kind of silly on this screen because it's already showing you this very same information.
On the inside lane, behind him. Joey Logano trying to get back to the lead. Jamie?
Well, Mike, a lot of these drivers in the field were able to go talk to their teammates before they got in the car and get some really helpful information. Joey Logano was one of them. He talked to Austin Cindric. Austin told him what mistakes he made in pushing Blaney, told him what the car did, how it reacted, and Joey nodded his head like,
okay, and then let's go ahead and get rid of that.
Logano in a Team Penske Mustang, the car behind him, Harrison Burton, that's the Wood Brothers car, but that is a Penske satellite team run out of the same shop, so they are teammates in all but name.
And just like we saw in that first duel with Ryan Blaney, those Penske cars look extremely impressive.
Mike, I talked about it when we did the starting lineup, Harrison making his second career start. You know what happened the last time the car came to Daytona, the driver was making his second career start, don't you?
I believe that was Trevor Bayne.
It was.
And he won.
All right, so there we go.
That also happened on February 20th, the date of this year.
Now I'll have to do the same thing on the other screen as well.
Trying to win the duel, Alex Bowman out front.
All right, we're headed to a commercial break, y'all. Okay, so now let's go down here. We're going to do the same thing on this screen now. Oops, I forgot what it was again. All right, let me go over here and fix it. Sorry about this, y'all. I knew it was going to be a problem, but I had no way of, okay, so window capture is what I want. Window capture. All right, here we go. Now we'll fit this one down to size again. We learned a little something about making overlays and stuff on YouTube, y'all. All right, so we're hooked up. All right, here we go. Let's get back to it. 207 in the chat here. GGR says this might bring me back to NASCAR. Very enjoyable over here. Appreciate it.
Clash of the Coliseum winner, Joe Logano out in front of Harrison Burton. Those two Team Penske cars out in front here.
All right, we don't have to adjust that anymore, y'all.
All sharing the time at the front. Now, something interesting at the back of the 22 of Logano's car, down low at the diffuser.
Look at that, y'all. On Logano's car, there's a segment in the back of the car on this new car called the diffuser.
It's got a cable with a ball that you can reset the tip.
And it's like little louvers on the bottom of the car between the tires.
Harrison Burton in the 20.
And apparently if that gets damaged, you'll drop like a rock, and that's what's happening with Logano.
If that car goes around backwards, it's operated off the roof flap. As soon as that roof flap goes up, it pulls and releases that cable, letting that thing down, cutting the airflow off the car to keep that thing on the ground, keep it from flipping over. Might keep it in the lead too, but not for long. New leader, the Dillon brothers, have come to the front.
Wow, both Dillon brothers at the front of the field for a second there. Austin and Ty.
Trying to join his teammate Brad Keselowski as a dual winner tonight.
Yeah, he didn't make it, Astro.
Junior, that 47 car, there he is, starting pretty deep in the field, and he's up there on the outside, right behind Chris Buescher.
All right, we're in lap 17 of 60 here in Duel 2 at Daytona.
That's actually Kevin Harvick. Yeah, that's Stenhouse on the outside.
All right, Harvick trying to finally get up there. Harvick finally up to the 4th position. So it's Ford, Chevy, Chevy, Ford.
Well together. Kevin talked about it, wanted to feel it out. Maybe put himself in a situation he didn't like, got back up, rebounded, and look at him. Denny Hamlin, 3-time Daytona 500.
Boom! Nice little bump there from Harvick.
Place comparing this.
I was a Dale Earnhardt Sr. fan, GGR. FFast2 says, how you doing? Just subscribed. Welcome. I appreciate it. I'm doing good. How about yourself? Pan Smith says, hey, Valhalla, good looking screen tonight. Appreciate it, Pan. Steffi Stare says, thanks from Australia. We can't watch the race here. Well, welcome to the show. We'll be back for the 500 on Sunday.
Possibly a crash, didn't like what he sees. His energy, a code word.
So it's Buechler, Stenhouse, Harvick up front.
The energy from momentum and things like that, people...
Takes a while for the update to happen online, it looks like.
Right there, Chris Buescher almost pulled up in front of Ricky Stenhouse. Those are the kinds of things that I think Denny Hamlin saw.
What happened there? What happened there?
You said there are 2 aggressive drivers in this race? And there they are, both 2 times the front. 2 times how many? Hey, but what does it take to have success?
Work in progress, y'all. Thanks for being patient.
It takes aggression and a lot of it.
And I'm pretty impressed with Kevin Harvick in that 4 car. No speed whatsoever in qualifying, but it looks like he's got a good race car.
All right, they're messing with me now. They keep swapping it up.
4 times as many lead changes in this duel. There were only 2 in the prior duel. And I can't help but to think that it's just like we're rewound last season. You know, everybody always used to say when we would come to Daytona and Talladega, that nose, the nose on the Ford, how round it was, shaped like a bull nose. It helped them push just like you see in here. And then the point.
All right, lap 20 of 60. It's Buechler, Stenhouse, Harvick, the top 3.
Man, those Ford guys can be more aggressive. And honestly,
it goes Ford, Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Ford, Ford, Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Chevy. The Toyota's not doing much so far. Watch him change 2 tires and move to the front. What's up, FJ? FJ says, forget Dodger streams. NASCAR is where it's at. Fast says, I don't care who wins as long as it's not Bubba.
Spotting for Ricky Stenhouse. New spotter for them.
Fast says, imagine if RFK won both duels.
This is different from Duel 1. We never saw the line.
GGR says, same here. I did like Tim Richmond. When Dale died, I became a Newman fan.
They tried. You know, Ricky brought them up and found it right off the bat. The thing I do like,
yeah, it's been picking up, FJ. We've had a real good couple nights.
Until push comes to shove and somebody wants to, they're going to stay right there, or they're going to go back. Now, last year, in a dual race in which all 3
217 in the chat, y'all.
the Fords pitted first. The Toyotas as a
So remember, the pit window is 40 laps. We're at lap 21 of 60. Maybe they'll do something different than this one. The field's starting to get single line again.
I'm going to take you Fox side by side.
All right, and we go to a commercial break, y'all. Go to a commercial break. Giovanni says, go Kyle Busch. Sensi says, Bubba deserves all the credit and more. Harold says, go Greg Biffle. NASCAR dude says, how's my favorite pretzel destroyer doing? Hey, listen, look what I did. Look what I did. My pretzels were so low, y'all. They were so low that I had a bag of combination popcorn from Costco. It was cheese corn and caramel corn, and I mixed them all together. So now we got cheese corn, caramel corn, and pretzels. GGR, I do Kings games once in a while. I don't think I've done one this year, but I have a full setup for them. I don't have the NHL package this year. I didn't buy the NHL package this year. My favorite NASCAR driver is Kevin Harvick right now. James says, do you know what Chase Elliott's real name is? No, what is it? I didn't know he had a fake name. Why does this feed keep moving? It's like it refreshes and then moves the position. All right, but we're in a commercial break here. Lap 24:060 here at the Duel at Daytona. We're about to get back to it.
4 laps complete in the second 150-miler at Daytona, the one that determines the outside lane of the starting grid for the 500. Chris Buescher, the leader.
William Clyde Elliott. Interesting. Chase Elote, says Giovanni.
Brand new 7th generation car.
FJ says, Valhalla out here teaching us the life hacks.
Rear view camera.
Hard Denton says it's Chase Moonshine Kid Elliott. What's up, Skeptic?
And then down.
What's up, Skeptic?
At the output from that camera on a screen that is shaped like an.
Robert says, as far as race strategy goes, can the new cars draft together to pass? I think that's yet to be determined. There wasn't a lot of racing in that first duel.
Just trying to figure out which one of those he's going to trust, because they're definitely drastically different. I don't know if you've ever drove a car, a passenger car, some of these new ones have those cameras in them now, and you can flip it over. My wife's car, you can do that, and I'm telling you, I go old school. That camera thing scares me. You can flip the camera over. I've got a new rental car. I'm trying to figure out how to go between the heat and the air.
Harold asks, who's Biffle driving for in the Daytona 500? It's a new team. I can't remember the name of them.
Coach, and I just lined up the left side and listened for the right. Keep it between the mayonnaise and the mustard.
Yeah, I did, FJ. I got to go watch his video. I saw it just before I went online that he had put up a video.
And
I'll have to go check it out.
They are coming.
He didn't mention anything to me yesterday when I talked to him. All right, here we go. They're coming down pit road, and we already got somebody wrecking. Hamlin loses it coming onto pit road.
It obviously hurts teams.
Spins it out.
The Toyota's effort because they've lost one of their guys.
No, it's not RCR that Biffle's running. It's an RCR car with a Hendrick engine, but the race team is something totally different. GGR says, how do you feel about the 3 back on the track with Richard Childress's grandkid driving it? I don't like it. I think this is a weird take, y'all. This is a weird take, but I think Harvick deserved to drive the 3 car more than Austin Dillon did. If you're going to bring it back, they should have put it on Harvick's car. He probably didn't want it, though. I'm in Arizona.
I think you can hear it in the driveline. I heard it kind of.
All right, here come the Toyotas now. Well, that was actually a replay. Hamlin just lost it there.
In front of him, and then he got us up in the grass, spun all the way around.
Harold says Biffle's a good wheel man, one heck of a good driver.
Well, you can see the front tires locked up right there. But I saw the left rear locked up as well. And in that in-car camera right there,
So the learning continues with this new car. Hamlin it just turned on him.
you see it here, it kind of bouncing.
Well, welcome to the show, Giovanni. James says Biffle is racing for the new race team, New York Racing.
The occasional speeding penalty coming in, and with these new brakes,
Biffle in 9th place right now, y'all, in that 44 car. Lap 29 of 60. Bushler continues to lead. Stenhouse second. Harvick third.
There's a lot that goes on there for you coming on the pit.
Absolutely, and I saw it just like you did, Larry. I did see those front tires locked up, and I also thought that I saw that left rear smoking as well. So he had all 4 of them locked up, and man, it went.
Bubba Wallace showing in 14th, my man, 14th.
Ricky Stenhouse, and you're second in line. Do you pit with the Fords you're racing with, or do you wait for the other Chevrolets?
I think I'm going to stay right there with my dancing partner. The Chevrolet contingent is just not that stout in this race.
Hey, Valhalla, holla, Skeptic 936 for that $5 super chat. He says, I don't know jack about NASCAR, but I'm sure I'll learn here at Sports Talk. Thank you so much, Skeptic.
What I want to watch is lap times.
I don't think Biffle's pitted yet.
They match up with that lead group. To see if they're.
Yeah, I think so far there's 14 cars that have yet to pit, I believe.
With that other group coming up here.
Biffle, one of them. He's currently running in 9th.
Last lap up front, 47 seconds. Last lap for those Toyotas, 48 and a half.
So they're giving up a second and a half, second and 3.
Harold says Wallace is just waiting for the big crash to take out the leaders so he can finish in the top 5. GGR has no problem with using the 3, but it should be with a better driver.
Make a mistake and take yourself out of this.
Giovanni lives in Colorado.
All Biffle needs to do to make the Daytona 500 is
Colorado.
His competition, Timmy Hill, is already 1 lap down. RFK Racing, Roush Fenwick Keselowski, trying to sweep the duels.
What if RFK swept the duels in their first year? Brian Jolly checks in from Missouri. Shout out to Missouri.
From the
GGR was hopeful Truex would join RCR and drive the 3. I think Childress is going to make sure that stays with Austin.
But now he's watching his other car do the same exact thing, leading this race, the second duel at Daytona. That's a big shot beyond.
Childress has to be looking around the landscape in NASCAR and seeing all these bigger names, losing a lot of their power, like the Petty name and things like that. And he's got to know that they've got to start producing more results.
47 flat for Chris Buescher, 48-30 for the Toyotas.
Harold says Childress raced in Carolina in that 3 modified car long before Earnhardt Sr. made it famous. True.
Yeah, you're right, Larry. Just sitting in the car, they're sitting there taking a photo off of the Toyotas in front of them. Exactly. And he's gaining on them. I mean, totally. Gaining on them and getting a ton. That's right. Best case scenario.
All right, so you got a pack of 4 cars up front. Still have not pit. It's 28 to go. Again, the fuel window was 40 laps. So they're going to have to come in at some point here.
I think the Fords are coming right now.
I'll try LevWorks.
But I'm like you, Stenhouse.
Yeah, the 500 is what counts. That's true.
But he's in a really good situation. They are going to come right here, and he's going to come with them.
All right, here we go. It looks like they're looking to come down pit road, the leaders. Harvick looked like he tiptoed through it a little bit there.
Pretty wide coming to pit road under green. Jamie.
John Logano, you see how quickly he had to check up? He was just the
Wow, that view there, it's especially hard to pick up the car number as they come down pit road.
Joey Logano, quick stop there, down and away from the the 22, Regan.
I hope the 4 wins.
Team car, he has been very happy with that race car.
Hey, man, FJ, I was really hyped about that press conference today with the new coach. Of course, everything's roses, you know, on your first day. But I do like the hire, and I hope we do change things around. 202 in the chat.
Who's going to really lose the draft is Greg Biffle.
All right, Biffle on pit road. They're putting gas in the car.
It's not taking fuel.
I didn't see him put any tires on, but they could have done it before I saw it.
Don't beat yourself. So much pressure on those guys. The team's all.
GGR says it bothers me more that RCR uses the 8 than the 3.
Still on the lead lap.
Harold remembers his dad taking him back to Bristol in the 70s when Senior ran. Nice. I just saw him put fuel, but he might have had to come back down again. It might have been 2 pit stops for Biffle. Let's see where it all cycles out after the pits. Vikings Giovanni.
Harrison Burton fourth. Kevin Harvick all in forwards. Ricky Stenhouse right with that group, but now in 6th place.
All right, so now it's Logano, Bushler, McDowell, 1, 2, 3, Burton 4th, Harvick 5th.
I think Austin missed his pit stop. He was way too far to the outside of pit road.
So Dylan had a bad pit there. He came in and it looks like he almost missed his pit stall.
That caught Ty unaware. Right now, with 26 to go, this group here, led by Joey Logano, who's leading the race, they're about the distance the back straightaway in front of that Toyota group.
All right, so you got a group of 4 going around the track, and then Harvick is probably about 10 car lengths behind that group. So he's kind of in no man's land there. And we're headed to another commercial break. Harvick kind of stuck in no man's land there. But now they're showing that he's moved up to 3rd. Levwork says no, fuel only. His fiance just texted me. Interesting. You know, I'm listening to the stuff on the stream itself, and so I heard them say something about coming back down pit road, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, single lug wheels this year, GGR, on the new car. Just like F1. James thinks that Aaron Rodgers is going to play for Denver. So we got 200 in the chat, not quite as well attended as the first one. But we'll see as we get near the end. There's 7657 is the subscriber count. What's up, Lauren Sosa? All right, so we're in a commercial break here. Bushler, Stenhouse, Harvick, lap 32 with 28 to go here in Duel 2 at Daytona. Nah, not today, he didn't. Not today, he didn't. Now, Raymond wondering where Biffle is currently. Biffle currently showing in 9th position. 9th position among the lead group. Oh, now he's dropped down. Now he's showing in 14th. Yeah, it's showing that he's dropped down quite a bit now to 14th. Levworks. Let's get back to it. Yep, that front group left Harvick.
For those Fords up front to fan out double wide, so that Harvick could catch back up to them. However, that didn't happen, and Harvick was not happy.
Harvick livid in the 4 car that the Ford teams did not wait for him to catch up.
And what that means, and honestly, a little bit of a rookie thing right there. If you look in your mirror and you see one of your allies or your teammates, you know, a Ford ally right there, and some hell with Kevin Harvick, if he's lagging back a little bit, having trouble, fan that thing out, spread out a little bit, create a bigger wake, and let him pull up, because effectively all the Fords as a one are going to be stronger than just 4 of them. But as you heard them say, maybe Penske pulled that off, called it off, thought that it wasn't working. So now with 21 laps to go.
Wow, a little drama. But Harvick now in 6th behind Stenhouse.
0.3 of a second faster than the 4 Fords up front. Again, hence the frustration of Harvick. Yeah, with 20 laps to go.
Glenn likes the new between music, the music in between.
This group right here that we're looking at, these 4 Fords.
James says, first time on your page. I love it. Appreciate it. Levwork says his fiance said 15th. He just has to finish in front of Timmy Hill, who's 2 laps down. 3 laps down. 3 laps down right now. Wow, the Toyotas now are passing Harvick. Harvick just livid in the car, I bet you. He drops a 10th.
Top speed. But if I'm
this group is faster than the Fords that are leading the race.
And as they were catching those cars, Mike, it really helped their lap time for a couple of laps. Well, had Stenhouse not had such a...
But you figure Harvick will fall in line right there and use those cars to get back up at front, because they are going faster than the leaders with 19 to go here in Duel 2.
But I think they're going to fan out, get him up there.
I'm not sure yet if I'll do every race, Harold. I'm probably going to do the first 3 and then reassess and see what I think from there.
Well, I hate to say it.
I've never been to the 500, man.
It looks like Kevin's going to lose that draft. And the 10 car of Eric Almirola, his teammate, did the same thing. Oh, that was Ronnie Childers, the crew chief, to Kevin Harvick. I don't know if that was to Kevin Harvick. Oh, to the spotter, Tim Field? Maybe. Or just to anyone. Yeah, I mean, the last time the Toyotas, they were down in the 47-teens, 47-20s. That group of Fords at front.
So it's Logano, Bushler, McDowell up front with 18 to go.
Well, with 18 laps to
Harvick settles in 10th.
that advantage, they'll all be together at the checkered flag. Greg Biffle is still in the transfer spot. He's got Alex Bowman working with him now. 2 Chevrolets in total.
All right, there's your Biffle update. Still in the transfer spot.
Is in position to roll from row number 19 on Sunday. Looking pretty right now. Having that 48 that you know he's going to be an ally to you. Dump that other Chevrolet. Pretty good company right there for Greg Biffle. You like.
Hey, no problem, Raymond.
Bowman's very content to run right there.
They just change him from time to time, Giovanni.
In Sunday's race is pretty assured.
Harold says, I live in Richmond. The NASCAR track here is boring. I go to those races just for the tailgating.
Even though the Toyotas have picked up another car with Stenhouse, it's not going to be that.
Is there a connection between 42 Black Rifle Coffee and AR-15 Black Rifle? No, Black Rifle Coffee is a form of coffee. I've seen it sold here. They sell a lot of merchandise as well. Robert says the Fords fell off in the later stages of the races last year. GGR says, is it wrong that I hate the 48 just because of Jimmy Johnson? What's up, NC Tyrant Hunter? 213 in the chat.
A few days, Joey Logano had a couple of weeks.
Yeah, they've all pit now, RD. They've all pit now.
His baby girl, his 3rd child, and William was born.
All right, Bubba Wallace, we're riding along with him, currently 8th.
Bubba Wallace in 8th place, 9 seconds off the lead, but right in the middle of that group of Toyotas. You say your math, and the one thing I do like about this Toyota pack, now they're
right, those Fords are still way out there. Almost 9 seconds in front of 5th place Kyle Busch, who's bringing this second pack to the front.
To catch them as we get down to the closing laps.
No, Hamlin's still out there, Giovanni.
Down to the 46s.
GGR says Black Rifle Coffee is a veteran-owned company. That's true.
Observation, because the 4 Fords have nobody in front of them.
It is, Harold. It is a good time. Any NASCAR race is a good time, man. I go to Phoenix quite often, or have.
Has not yet lost a race in 2022.
Biffle's still in 14th. Timmy Hill 3 laps down in 20th.
Team to go. Okay, they caught that line of 3 as you see them go to the outside.
Denny kind of spun it. He didn't wreck specifically, but he spun it coming on pit road.
He's going to try to get up there behind them and help them as quick as possible here.
It continues to be Logano, Bushler, McDowell, and Burton in the front.
And they just ran 8 tenths quicker than that group did in the race. So those 4 Toyotas on the lead lap will pull around. Hamlin will try to attach himself to them.
All right, looks like the Toyota's got it down now to about
Now we'll see if that's
8 seconds.
Is faster than the 4-car lead pack. If they have a chance, that's going to be how it happens. Strength in numbers always on a track like Daytona. That's exactly what they've assumed. 47.60 for the leader, Logano, that lap.
Oh, is Harvick in this group, the second group?
His lap was about the same that they were.
It's led by Busch, Kyle Busch.
On that lap.
It includes the Toyota, all the Toyotas.
Organized that time, and that hurt him about a second, that lap from the last time. It was a transition lap, right? They had to go side by side, transition back into play. But this is where they really got to get crunched in. You got to tighten that pack,
Yeah, get in the line. What are you doing?
Push hard on one another, which is exactly what you see Christopher Bell doing to Kyle Busch. Joey Logano and Chris Buescher.
It's on FS1, Giovanni.
In this race.
Tolvo says Timmy Hill lives 20 minutes away from me. Always root for the local boy. 150,000 at Daytona, says James. What's up, Spiking Viking?
So Chris Buescher.
Robert says the best party is to go to the Preakness in Pimlico in Baltimore, Maryland.
47.26 last time. The Toyota's half a second slower. We'll check it this.
Yeah, Harvick is not in that group of Toyotas. He's 22 seconds back now.
Of course, it's up their nose to tail, and their lap time.
You lose the draft at Daytona, you're done, and it looks like it's even worse in this new car.
I'm losing hope, Larry. 47.40 for Joey Logano, leading the first pack. And Kyle Busch this time.
11 to go.
47.75, about 4 tenths slower. Jamie.
Jacques Villeneuve is out of this race, but he's in the Great American Race on Sunday.
Yeah, horses.
What does it mean to you to make the field for the Daytona 500?
Oh, it's great. I'm happy we made it on time because with the issues we have today, it really
GGR's been to a number of races. So it's always a good time.
Oh, yeah, we'll be able to fix it. But,
Okay, so Jacques Villeneuve out of this race. But he'll race in the 500 apparently.
Formula One driving champion, and he'll be in his first Daytona 500 on Sunday. Okay, they're catching those 2 cars, a great Biffle and Alex Bowman in the 48. That's only going to help them even more. I can't help but to think, Larry.
Yeah, they just shot down on this 47 flat. It's actually helped them the last 3 or 4.
Not exactly riveting races in these in the duels tonight. It's been a lot of single file.
10 to go. Logano, Buescher, McDowell, Burton. Who do you like?
GGR says Dover is not a fun weekend. The race is good, but the party isn't much to talk about.
Man, lead this pack's pretty aggressive.
Yeah, Hamlin's in the Daytona 500.
Michael McDowell got into both the Penske cars at the front on the last lap of the Daytona 500 last year, found himself in victory lane, and he started the last lap in much the same position he's in now. Now, of course, way more at stake then than there is tonight. And rookie Harrison Burton, man, I just was thrilled to be there. He is doing a good job, doing exactly what he needs to do with his teammates.
Harrison Burton in fourth. He's a 21-year-old out of Huntersville, North Carolina.
Honestly, they're just staying efficient, staying tight to one another.
Driving that 21 Wood Brothers car.
Just helping their lap times, do everything he can do.
9 to go in Duel 2 at Daytona, y'all.
Leaders now. There's cars in front of them nose to tail that they're catching.
Harold says, yeah, hang out with a bunch of rich, drunk-ass, entitled people at the horse racing track. No thanks.
Joy just going past. They're still on the lead lap, but
I don't think they're going to catch him, y'all. I don't think they're even going to catch him.
37, Kyle Busch.
Chris says Talladega is the best track.
And not that the Toyota drivers did anything wrong. They had a little dust up. Maybe you lost a half a second on the Denny Hamlin problem getting onto pit road, but they formed back up. They got out there. Just don't seem to have the speed that these Fords do tonight.
Harold says Harrison Burton will be a good one like his old man Ward Burton.
For whatever reason,
GGR's always wanted to go to Darlington. Chris says Talladega is the best track.
That sure speak by themselves, but boy, you put them out there in a pack in a draft, and they always shine. There is the gap, and how it has increased. All right, Logano coming up on too wide traffic.
Does anybody want to race in NASCAR nowadays?
Now, Logano has to go to the high side to pass off to Dylan.
All right, Dylan just got passed by the leaders.
It's been since both dual races went caution-free, and no, I'm not trying to...
Biffle is now a lap down in 14th.
That's why I said that.
you know, you talk about good race cars and maybe not having the qualifying speed. Quite honestly, that's what's impressive to me about that 21 car in Harrison Burton and Wood Brothers. They had good speed in qualifying, and that car seems like it's able to run up there and drive in good.
Biffle moves up to 13th now. Ty Dillon dropping back in that 42.
I know it's impound procedure with this, but, you know, these shots fully adjustable on both sides of that.
6 to go in Duel 2 at Daytona.
That stuff, I just feel like that's playing a big role in the handling of these cars. They feel like they look like they're stable. They seem to race good. They bump draft good. It's all good things for Sunday. Don't forget, folks, the old pay window's not open yet. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, but they got to put on better racing than this. This single file bullshit. Ain't nobody want to watch this garbage. Why can't we get them side by side again?
Austin Dillon coming up at road.
All right, Dillon going to pit that 3 car.
Well back in the starting lineup for Sunday. He takes some side time. Yeah.
Jeff says Phoenix is the best track. Best weather, hottest sunnies.
Do it again. Well, his teammate Brad Keselowski, we saw him make the move with 4 to go. Is he going to try to do it that early? I thought that was kind of a mistake.
Race is on TSN in Canada, says GGR.
And winning this thing, I looked for him to wait for maybe at least 2 to go.
But I think you definitely don't wait for 1 to go, right?
No. Yeah. You know, I like Michael McDowell being behind me. If I'm Chris Buescher, I do like that scenario. But you know,
4 to go. It continues. Logano, Buechler, McDowell, Burton up front. 12 seconds back are the Toyotas of Busch, Bell, Truex.
4 laps to go. That's Timmy Hill on the high side.
Harvick in 10th, driving around track by himself. 41 seconds behind. Probably the next one to go a lap down.
1 lap down in 12.
I'm all for different tracks, Brian Jolly. I'm for them doing some different tracks. I don't think anyone should have 2 cup races. They'll never listen to me about that, but I don't think anyone should have both 2 races. Make the season shorter if you have to, but everyone should just be 1 race at every track.
Get her half a car length back, stay right there. And exactly what you want to see, but again, if you're Chris Buescher...
No, I don't think Harvick's going to win this one, Giovanni.
So you can get that guy, see, 3 quarters. Now he's fell back a little bit, going to pounce on him, get it, going to run. Maybe it happens right here as soon as he catches
3 to go.
Be ready for it.
It's just going to be a race of these 4 Fords up front. Can the Toyotas catch up? It's going to be tough. 12 seconds back.
But you're going to have to back up to that car behind you and Michael McDowell and get that big push, get the run on Joey Logano to make a move.
All right, the lead pack coming past Austin Dillon, who just came off pit road.
And the leaders come by to the inside. It'll be 2 to go.
If this is how racy they're going to be, the Daytona 500 is going to be a snooze fest, y'all.
Didn't expect him to go when he did. Caught me off guard and went off and won the race. So you talked about it. We're down to 2 to go now, so we'll be coming to the white flag.
It was pretty good, Giovanni.
Half a lap from now, and they'll catch Kevin Harvick probably right about start finish. Harvick lost the draft from Stenhouse.
Harvick going to put a big old middle finger out the side net here.
It's an opportunity. Exactly what I'm looking for if I'm Chris Buescher. Catching some car in Kevin Harvick. Now watch this. Gonna go by him. Hopefully use the side draft or something off him.
Harvick probably got his middle finger just sticking right out the window net. Mad Make Bradley says scammy, just a Ford commercial.
McDowell, half a car length to the leader. Logano, he's got to go to the bottom.
All right, here we go. We got him wrecking. Logano into the wall. Big wreck.
I hate to say it. He was under him. He got a pretty big block right there. He knew it was going to be aggressive, and unfortunately, cost him. I want to watch
the 22 Logano.
I feel like I saw that.
Is junk on the inside of the track. Let's see what happened.
The white flag had waved, so the next flag ends the race. And Joey Logano, who was in a position to win his duel, is all crumpled up on the apron. And it will be where those cars...
All right, so we got checker flag going here. Checkered flag.
And Greg Biffle will come across on the lead lap, one lap down in 13th place. And Biffle will take New York racing to the Daytona 500.
All right, so Biffle made the show, y'all.
You knew it was coming in, just like I said. As they caught that lap traffic, that gave him that opportunity.
They haven't shown a replay of what happened here yet, but it was the 21 and 22 that have damage. I don't know why they're still showing Logano as the winner of the race.
Is third. And is it Chris Buescher or Michael McDowell who was in front at the moment of caution? And that is determined by the NASCAR officials. They have a button they hit that illuminates the caution lights and freezes the scoring. And then NASCAR also uses video evidence to determine the order of finish when the caution occurs on the final lap.
All right, so they go high over the lap down car, the 15.
It sets this up for the exit of turn 2.
And then Buechler in the 17 decides to go inside of Logano. Logano comes down to block, gets hit by Buechler, goes up into the wall, and takes out the 21. So someone was in the chat last night that said that Logano would wreck somebody in the last lap, and it sure enough happened.
I want to see when his caution come out, too. Buescher dives to the inside, fills Logano's mirror, he comes down, and they collide. Look at McDowell slamming on the brakes along with Burton. They get through. Yes, but when does the caution come out? Because Chris Buescher is still ahead of him right now.
Harvick driving through the middle of that thing probably was laughing as Logano was spinning since he wouldn't slow down for him to catch up.
I'm getting a thumbs up.
All right, Skeptic, thank you so much, buddy.
Number 17, your winner.
Glenn says Logano's car will now have repairable on the owner's title. They sure sound different when they're doing loops. Malu says aggressive blocking park the 22 for the race every year.
Michael McDowell just barely got by there in that 34 car.
You can see right there the caution light was on and that 17 was in front of the 34.
McDowell
Harold says, I told you Bubba would run mid-pack and end up top 5. All right, so your winner is Chris Bushler in that 17 car. He'll start 4th on Sunday. It goes Bushler, McDowell, Burton, Bush, Bell, Truex, Wallace, Stenhouse, Logano, Harvick is your top 10.
Well, they have rebounded here so far. Florida's good to them. Stay in Florida.
Pan says 22, not a surprise. 22 sucks, says Trucker Cowboy.
From the race car. Very exciting finish to this race, Chris. A little bit of contact down the back straightaway there. Talk me through it in your eyes.
Biffle's in. Timmy Hill finished 4 laps down.
What a day.
Biffle finished only 1 lap down, so he'll be in the show.
It's out here, right? To put both RFK Ford Mustangs victory lane. Get fast and all their first win on a cup car. I know it's not the big show, but we got a really good hot rod here. So just hats off to everybody back shop. I know it's been a hectic off season for everybody in our sport, right? But we've had a lot of changes going on, and that's cool to see it play out.
So the 17 returns to victory lane in Daytona. Old DW probably happy about that.
He kept his clean and won. We got to go out there and race it. I know everybody's trying to do the same. And
GGR says we need a Labonte kid to come back up and race Cup.
so we're just trying to pull down and get in front of the 15 there. But
People happy that Logano will be starting from the rear.
But I am really proud of the effort. Proud of nice, good execution all the way down pit road and good spot here. That's exciting.
Chris Buescher, duel number 2 winner.
Let's go back and take another look, and we're going to try to show for you the moment of caution. First, this replay, Buescher, as he explained, just trying to get down in front of.
So he goes down low, and Logano immediately goes down to block. He didn't hardly hit him.
Right front to left rear.
But Logano goes nose first into the outside wall and collects the 21 of Harrison Burton, but he's able to continue on.
Car. There is the moment of caution, the timestamp that goes on the video. Buescher was below the yellow line, but he was in the act of avoiding the collision, and so he is your winner. The last time, a Roush car.
185 still up in here, I want to thank everybody for the 2 great streams the last couple nights. Look at Biffle as he's celebrating making the 500. But we'll be back on Sunday for the full 500. Hopefully we have better racing.
To Duel race number 2.
Debo says there's going to be some action coming through the pack. GGR says Biffle looks the exact same as when he raced. He does look the same as before. He's got that blonde hair. Any old guy that dyes his hair blonde, though, he must be a race car driver. But 182 in the chat. Let's see where we ended up on the subscriber side. I don't think we got to where I wanted to get to 7,700. But I do appreciate the support, y'all. We've had 2 good days here on the channel. 7662 is the subscriber count. $7,662. So maybe in the Daytona 500 we can hit quadruple 7s, lucky 7s. All right, see you, GGR. Appreciate you, man. Richard says another great show. Appreciate it. System Note says Timmy Hill 66 is a teammate of Jay Yelly in the 55. Only 2 cars on the team. Cool racing feed, says Harold. Glenn says Jimmy Spencer always had a nice head of blonde hair. Robert says, have fun, guys. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate you, Robert. GGR's going to send Hockey Junkie my way. Hey, B. Murphy, welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor will be proud. Pan says 22 is going to be in a backup car and will drive extremely careful. Brian Jolly says, thanks, Valhalla. Love the content. We'll see you. Later, Brian. Tim Van Forest is almost headed. Happy the Roush boys pulled it away, though. Born and raised a Roush boy. Chris Bynum says, thanks for this. Be sure and check out IndyCar. They have some great races. Harold says Jimmy Spencer was not afraid to hit anyone's car to move them out of the way. Dave says, this has been fun. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you, Dave. Come back on Sunday for the 500. Pan says, thanks, Valhalla. Great show. Good vibes. Good night. All right, Pan. We'll see you on Sunday, hopefully. Nick says, ready for the truck race tomorrow. I'll probably be watching that. I probably won't stream it, but I'll probably watch it. System Note says money for the Hex car was raised in a matter of days from a community of cryptocurrency investors. I saw that earlier when they were all in here. There were like 200 of them in here for that first race. GGR says Jimmy never forgets. Woo, says Lev Works. All right, so Kozlowski having a talk with Roush.
The celebration, great to see you here at the track. A former Roush driver also races his way into the 500. Regan.
Poopy says Desert Bride.
14 starts in the Daytona.
Dave says I'm planning on it.
I don't know that you've ever had to work as hard to get it as you did tonight. Congratulations.
Thanks. I mean, it was a tough.
All right, interview with Biffle.
I got to thank Chevy and RCR and Hendrick Engines and Jay Guy. The car drove so good. And this was a last-minute deal. These team guys thrown together. We had trouble getting fuel in the car. I ran out of gas with 2 laps.
That might not be blonde hair on Biffle. That might be just the gray hair shining in the sun.
And
I can relate.
You know, I'm glad maybe that fuel stop wasn't perfect because I might have been in that wreck.
Greg Biffle will race in the Daytona 500.
Bombshells Wolf Ruby Man. Wow, that's a name. Welcome to the Berserkers. General Thor will be proud. Someone else subscribe so my deal isn't jacked up there on the bottom. Someone else subscribe so I can have it not go over my recent member. You, sir, in violation of too long of a name. Too long of a name. Oh, wow, Jack got old. Yeah, he does look old. Harold says if anyone comes to Richmond race, send me a Facebook message. We can meet up and party. My buddy Jim Byers owns his own business. Could get him to come cater tailgating for the race. There you go. Sounds like an offer. Oh, mine too, Glenn. I call them my gray highlights, though. Desert Bright says, oh wow, Jack got a lot of gold also. But pretty fun stream. I think at one point in duel number 1, we had almost 400 in here. I think a lot of them were from the crypto car. But we've got 110 up in here still as I'm about to turn this bad boy off. A barbecue business, Harold? All right, so we'll be back for the Daytona 500, ladies and gentlemen, on Sunday. GGR says, there, I fixed it. This is pretty fun, though. Thor's dad checks in. Thor's dad loves Kyle Busch, says later. Later, dude. Harold says, where did Petty Jones car 43 finish in the first duel? Let me look it up. You said the Petty Jones 43 car, right? It finished 6th. Eric Jones finished 6th in duel number 1. So Harvick will be starting mid-pack on Sunday. All right, let's listen in.
This pusher, David Reagan to the inside. Busher makes his move.
Yeah, clear block by Logano there, y'all. Clear block.
Here's Jamie.
And Joey Logano has been checked and released and says he's okay.
Nice, Harold.
The replay there. What were you thinking and seeing in that moment?
I just made a mistake. Yeah, I didn't think the run would come that quick. It just seemed like it happened really quick. Even watching the replay, it happened quicker than I thought it would. I knew the run was going to happen at some point at the last lap. I thought that was pretty early. I didn't think it would happen there, and the speed that it happened was quicker than I thought. And thought I was so clear, and I wasn't. So apologize to my race team, right to their car and toward the 21 as well. So it's a dumb move. We're in position to worst finish fourth, and just blew it.
Joey, Mike.
Thanks, Jamie. Yes, Harrison.
Harold says Jones is running much better in the petty car than Bubba Wallace ever did.
With the wall.
These new bodies on these cars, for as hard as the 22 hit the outside wall there, it sure didn't give away very much. I know there was some talk on that Dale Jr. podcast about these cars. Initially, the drivers did not think that they had enough crush zones in them to dissipate that energy. Logano looked okay there when they interviewed him, not like he was injured or anything. But man, that car did not crumple up as much as the cars did in the past, that's for sure. You got a lot of microbreweries in the VCU fan district in Richmond. All right, y'all, so I'm going to get out of here. And we will see y'all for our next live stream on Sunday for the Daytona 500. I'm probably going to do a couple videos for the Vikings and Dodgers here on the channel in the next couple days. But other than that, we will see you for the Daytona 500, ladies and gentlemen. What's it, the 64th running of the Daytona 500, and we'll be back on Sunday. But for now, thank you for the support today. Thanks for everybody that subscribed. Thanks for all the super chats and all that good noise. And we will see you guys in the next stream. Valhalla Sports Talk reminds you to be nice to your neighbor. And we'll see you on Sunday. Valhalla Sports Talk is off the air.